What's going on, Lions fans? Welcome to the Pride of Detroit PODcast, your home for all the latest and greatest Lions news, updates, analysis, and so much more. It is officially Accountability Week, which means that we have some really fun things going on. For those of you that are basically watching us live over on Twitch or YouTube, we kind of promote this all the time that you guys should come and hang out with us during the live streams. This is one of those weeks where you definitely want to, because if you are looking at the screen, there's a big thing that's going to be happening today in terms of both Ryan Matthews and Jeremy Reisman kind of paying off some things that they kind of owe. So we're going to get to that later or throughout the show. But in addition to that, we have a good amount of Lions news to cover. We have ESPN rankings that have still continued to go out, and one maybe shocking omission from one of their ranking lists, as well as some controversy surrounding one of the Lions' other cornerstone star players in terms of, is he really as good as Lions fans kind of think that he is? Also, in the second segment of this show, we are going to continue our NFC North rankings, basically focusing on the tight end group, offensive line, and defensive lines for all of the teams in the NFC North. With all that said, I'm your host, Miko. You can find me at Twitter at @TheMikoScott. And let's get to introducing both of your amazing co-hosts. First and foremost, we have Ryan Matthews at Ryan_POD. He is your senior editor over at PrideDetroit.com. Ryan, how are you feeling? Have you worked up enough of an appetite to be able to knock this challenge out?
I think I can say maybe I have more energy than you do, though, because your accountability week happened off the screen.
Yeah. For those who don't know, I had to run 5 miles. So if you want to kind of like see how grueling that was for me, which it's debatable on, like, maybe I might have over exaggerated it a little bit, but you can definitely go check that out on my personal Instagram account as well as my TikTok, or you can just go to the Pride of Detroit account, click the story, and there should be a link to the videos and over there as well. Also joining us today, who will be doing some up downs, our very own editor-in-chief over at PrideDetroit.com, Jeremy Reisman at Detroit Online at over there on Twitter. Jeremy, how are you feeling?
Nervous. I already have my my calf sleeve on to prevent injury. I will be stretching at one point, and the 85 sweltering degree weather right now is certainly not helping what I suspect to be something that will fall short of 100 up downs.
Yeah, I was not about to put on sleeves today. So for those that are watching, you're like, Miko's trying to show off. No, it's just hot. And I just didn't feel like going through the extra effort after, having to run this morning to go put on sleeves. So with all that said, for those that are watching, Ryan is going to be eating nuggets while we go through this, because I don't think there's any other way that he's going to get through 100 nuggets. He has promised to make sure that he is not chewing while the mic is on. So with that said, Jeremy, let's go ahead and jump into one of the bigger stories to come out this week. We talked about it last week with ESPN kind of rolling out their top 10 players at each position group list. Last week, we talked about Jahmyr Gibbs coming in second for within the running back group. The list has kind of continued to go on, and we eventually got to the defensive line, which I think if most Lions fans would have at least thought, if Alim McNeill didn't rank within the top 10, he would at least be an honorable mention or something of that nature. Lo and behold, that list comes out, and Alim McNeill is nowhere to be found, which kind of raises the question for me, first and foremost, of like, have Lion fans and potentially the organization as a whole, have we overvalued the importance of an Alim McNeill on this football team, seeing as he's not even cracking an honorable mention in these types of lists?
I mean, it's hard to say, right? Obviously, the ACL has derailed, I think the Lions' plans derailed a little bit of Alim McNeill's career. Doesn't mean he can't get it back on tracks, but when you consider the last 2 years, one shortened by, really both seasons shortened by the ACL injury, and then last year obviously did not look his best after the ACL injury. I do think there's a little bit of out of sight, out of mind happening by these NFL executives and coaches and whoever else is involved in the voting, scouts, I guess. But at the same time, it is kind of fair to look back and wonder. And yes, some of this is hindsight bias and some things like that. But I think if you're looking at how the Lions valued him in that the contract that they gave him, 4 years, $97 million, these are the guys. It was kind of in the midst of like this boom of defensive tackles, right? That 2024 offseason, 3 or 4 guys got paid. Here are some of those guys. Chris Jones got $31.75 million a year, far and above everybody else. He's in a different league, so I don't think you can necessarily compare Alim McNeill directly to that. But Nandi Madubuike, 4 years, $98 million. So literally $1 million more than Alim over 4 years. Derek Brown, 4 years, $96 million, so $1 million less. Quinnen Williams, the year before, got 4 years, $96 million. So basically kind of that same range. I would say that Alim is probably pretty comfortably below all four of those guys in terms of what he's accomplished in this league. But I think what's also kind of interesting is that 3 of those other 4 guys that signed those contracts have also kind of hit some hardships, right? Nandi Madubuike had that neck injury last year, barely played at all. Maybe career threatening. They think he's going to be okay after some surgery, but who knows? Derek Brown tore his meniscus in 2024. Had a pretty okay season last year. We'll see how he plays the year off of that. And then Quinnen Williams, obviously, a couple years after he signs that big contract, he's traded away from the Jets completely. And so none of these contracts have really paid off in the way that I think the team was hoping, other than maybe Chris Jones. And again, Chris Jones is an alien. He's, it's been a top 5 defensive tackle for a very long time. So I don't know. Alim McNeill still has a lot to prove in this league. I agree that he's not a top 10 defensive tackle, and if I wouldn't put Alim McNeill on my list, I can't really be mad that no one else did either, even if I expected a vote or two. So I'm not incensed by him being excluded on this top 10 list, but I think my curiosity is, can he eventually make it there? And I think the answer is, unless he has an all-pro season this year, probably not next year. But if he can start stacking a couple more years like he did in 2023, 2024, right before the injury, then maybe.
Yeah, Ryan, I do want to ask you, like, when you look at like this development with Alim and him not being necessarily considered among, the top defensive tackles currently in the NFL, do you put as much emphasis on the fact of like maybe this is just like a out of sight, out of mind type of thing because of the injury? Or do you think Alim, even maybe before that, wasn't quite hitting the stride that he needed to kind of even put himself in that class?
Well, so I think a couple of things are important to mention. One is that Alim McNeill, in the history that these lists have been ongoing, he has not made the top 10. He has not been an honorable mention. He has received votes, quote unquote, the year after. I think it was after the 2024 season, if I do believe.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was last offseason that he was part of the also receiving votes category, which is like just player names at the bottom of like other guys who got votes. You're talking about a guy who's the 8th highest paid defensive tackle in football at this point in the NFL, and I don't see that changing anytime soon because I don't think the Lions value him to be a guy who gets 7, 8, 9 sacks in a season. And that's what's probably going to take to enter the top 10 in one of these lists, is to put up some eye-popping stats like that. Now, I will say, the year that he had in 2023 where he had 5 sacks, going back and doing some number crunching and looking through some Pro Football Reference team pages for the Lions. Sorry, I'm already 20 nuggets down. We got an empty box over here, folks. But those 5 sacks in a season were the most since Ndamukong Suh for a defensive tackle in Detroit. I don't think anybody really had an issue, realistically, like without being somebody who's like nitpicking, about the contract that Alim McNeill got, right? In terms of signing him to an extension, maybe you weren't totally thrilled with how much money he got, but to Jeremy's point, Chris Jones was holding out that year. In that offseason. So that was one of those things where it was like, well, you see how it's playing out with Chris Jones. Like, the Lions don't let stuff kind of turn into that, right? Even the situation that Alex Anzalone had last offseason. But to keep it centered on Alim, I think it would require him putting up some eye-popping numbers. And even then, looking back at these lists over the last few years, it's like the same people, just like in a different order. Yeah. It's Jeffrey Simmons from the Tennessee Titans. It's Vita Vea somewhere in there. It's, name a defensive tackle that you've heard about. They're probably going to be on the top 10 scouts and executive list that ESPN puts out. So I'm with Jeremy. Like, I don't necessarily foresee Alim McNeill being a part of the top 10 defensive tackles in football. But I think the greater question then becomes, if we don't see him being a quote-unquote top 10 defensive tackle within the next year, maybe 2, right? and he's still getting paid the way that he's being paid. Did the Lions make a mistake? Did they overestimate Alim McNeill's value? Is he very valuable to this football team and the defense they want to run because he is very good against the run? Or did they just overvalue him?
Yeah, I know for me, I look at it in the sense that I don't necessarily think he's been overvalued by the team, because I think what the team expects him to do, again, when healthy, he does at a very high level. And I also, you also look at the rest of that defensive tackle group, which we're going to get to in the second segment. There's not another guy that you are actually like pointing to and you're just like, oh well, that guy can just easily replace the production that Alim McNeill is expected to be able to put out. Obviously, the Lions drafted Tyleik Williams really high, and maybe there's an expectation that if Alim doesn't live up to the value of that contract, you do have a nice transition out of that. But I think there is a situation where Alim could find himself like amongst the elite defensive tackles, even without putting up crazy numbers, because I think Alim's never going to really be like a double-digit sack guy from the interior. But if he's a guy that's putting up 5, 6, maybe 7 sacks a season, and he's a part of a defensive unit that is just explosive, and he's the focal point that people look at when it's like, hey, when there's talking about pressure from the middle, Alim's the guy that's kind of pushing the envelope in that regard. I think he could, just by proxy of like maybe Aiden Hutchinson being such a nightmare on the outside, get a nice little boost in his value, just because like, hey, you have an all-pro type of defensive end, and you have a good, solid, maybe Pro Bowl caliber defensive tackle in the middle that is able to clean up a lot of the things that other teams like maybe just don't have available to them, Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most important thing here is there needs to be interior disruption, period, right? There needs to be getting the quarterback off the spot so that you can funnel him to Aiden. Like, it works both ways, right? Like, if Aiden can funnel guys in, towards the interior, whether that's a running back or a quarterback, that's where Alim should eat. But I think Alim needs to also be like a pretty disruptive force himself for him to live up his contract, because he's costing the Lions almost $29 million in cap space this year, only behind Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Penei Sewell isn't hitting the cap that much. Aiden Hutchinson is not hitting the cap that much. DJ Reed isn't. J-Mo isn't. Laporta. Like, go down the list. Like, the reason the Lions are in the salary cap position they are, where they have to sign all these one-year deals and bargain bin free agents, is because they're relying on Alim McNeill to play up to his contract. And so it's a big year for him. Like, massive. Like, I don't want to compare too much about, like, I don't care where he ranks amongst defensive tackles. Whatever. Who cares? Just be the force that the Lions are paying you to be. And listen, I don't think Lions fans should feel like it can't happen. I don't want them to feel like he's been a huge disappointment, like he's not capable of living up to his contract, because quite honestly, he hasn't cost them that much so far. He was a $6 million cap hit last year. Now he's a $29 million cap hit. So now you got to turn it on. This is when the Lions are quite literally relying on you more so than most people on this team. And so I do think he has a chance to change the narrative, no doubt about it, but it has to be now. It has to be now, because listen, like, the Lions can save nearly $12 million next year if they cut him. And I'm not going to discount that possibility if it doesn't start happening, because they are in such a tight salary cap situation. I don't think it will happen, but is it within the realm of possibilities if Alim doesn't live up to it, or God forbid suffers another injury? Like, the Lions need to manage this cap in a smart way, and if they have to wait another year and a half for Alim to come back from a new injury or something, like, I don't know if they can afford that time.
So a few things real quick. I totally agree, Jeremy. Like, when I was looking at his contract and where things could be headed, I don't think it's going to happen, but you can't say never, right? And you look back at 2023 when he had the really big season, had the 5 sacks. That was the year where he took this little leap, right? And then he gets paid midseason in 2024. He played less games in 2024, had more pressures. I remember the moment Alim McNeill got hurt in the Buffalo game, and I said, that's the end of the Lions season right there.
Right.
Because also that was the game they lost Carlton Davis. Alim McNeill is incredibly valuable. It's just that Brad Holmes has made the decision that Alim McNeill and Aiden Hutchinson are the two guys that he could pay on that defensive line. You want to know why the Lions haven't gone out and got another quote-unquote star edge rusher opposite of Aiden Hutchinson? Because they got Alim McNeill. Yeah. And I'm not saying that they couldn't really work hard at doing that, but you can't just go out and throw money when you are paying him. How much, Jeremy? It's
28 million cap space, 29 million cap space.
And he's getting paid more than Aiden Hutchinson. So, like, you want to look around that room, you want to look along the defensive line and be like, why can't the Lions get another star player along the defensive line, Miko? It's because you're paying Alim McNeill. And I don't want to say it's an either-or proposition, but I'm saying that that's the bet that Brad Holmes made on this defense. And Alim McNeill being a difference maker alongside Aiden Hutchinson. And you can fill out the rest. You can draft Tyleik Williams. You can sign DJ Reader. You can bring DJ Wanham. You can draft another edge guy. But that's the decision that Brad Holmes made. And I think that we talk about it every year, but like the offseason of training rather than rehabbing, I have every right to believe that Alim McNeill can get back to being a 50 pressure a year kind of guy, right? He had 43 the breakout year. He had 45 before his, season got cut short in 2024. I could see him having 50 pressures, especially alongside, because think about who he didn't have in 2024. Aiden Hutchinson for the majority of the year, right? So
yeah,
it's in the realm of possibility, Miko. And if he has that kind of season, I'm very happy with what Alim McNeill provided for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I it's going to be really interesting to see how the season plays out, right? Because I think that is largely going to impact how Lions fans look at this contract. Like Jeremy can say like, hey, it's 29 million. 29 million is going to look very ugly to fans if this defense is struggling, if they are getting ran all over the place, if they're not seeing Alim McNeill kind of being a force in the middle of that defense from a run stopping perspective, as well as the occasional pass rush as well. But once again, if this team is playing well, if this defensive line is kind of leading the charge like we've kind of been alluding to, or at least been saying that they need to do going into the season, I don't think you'll hear a peep about Alim McNeill's contract. Like, I don't think you'll hear a single person say anything about it. So it's going to be interesting, and I think we're all in agreement that I think like we all think Alim is capable of it. And Ryan, I love the fact that you highlighted like an off season of training versus an off season of rehabbing is something that I don't think most fans keep in mind when it comes down to like, okay, how is a player going to come back? Because now you really can just attack the whole aspect of making sure you're in the best shape of your life. You don't have to worry about the mental of like, hey, is my knee going to hold up? Like there's a lot of both physical and mental things that you can that you just don't have to worry about going into this season of training camp. So I think we're all in agreement that like it should be a big year for Alim, but I think we all think Alim is capable of rising to the challenge.
I agree.
Switching gears a little bit onto the other side of the Lions team in terms of the offensive line, one player is kind of at least stirring up some conversation that I don't think a lot of people thought would be necessary, and that is in regards to Penei Sewell. Jeremy, I'm going to allow you to kind of summarize this in its entirety because it's complicated, and yet it also seems really foolish that this is even a conversation to begin with.
Yeah, and I'm not going to blame Al Karsten for this, or our own Al, but I think he was kind of like the tinderbox here, pointing out that Mike Clay does individual rankings and group rankings, and had Penei Sewell essentially as the 10th best tackle based on his own model, which includes ESPN's pass rush win rate, or pass block win rate, run block win rate. Apparently PFF grades are included in that as well. And he tweeted about it, and then Mike Clay kind of got snippy with him, kind of got snippy with Lions fans, saying, you guys are being super biased and you don't watch all these players. You don't know what you're looking for in offensive line play. 10th is a pretty ridiculous ranking. I think most people can agree for Penei Sewell. And it's just funny that ESPN, who employs him, one or 2 days later posts the same thing they posted for Alim McNeill, these position rankings based on NFL executives, NFL coaches, NFL scouts, experts, people who do watch all this film, people that are experts in offensive line play, and lo and behold, they have him as offensive tackle number 1 in the league. It's an interesting little controversy. It's fun little drama, I would say, in the middle of an offseason when not a lot's going on. But I think it can spark some interesting conversations. One, I think the one it has sparked the most is analytics, right? How do you measure offense, particularly when it comes to offensive line play? Because there is no great analytics out there. There is no stats out there that really capture what you're looking at, because sacks allowed is not an official sack by an individual. Obviously, it is by a unit. PFF grades are unreliable, and there's been a lot of conversation about what Mike Clay and ESPN is pushing a lot, which is their own win rate. So run block win rate, pass block win rate. And I think it's important to know what those stats are. And anytime you're using advanced statistics, I think you really need to understand what they are before you start using them. It's why QBR I never used early on, ESPN's, version of passer rating. And they had to tweak it because I remember there were some quarterbacks that should not have been in their top 10 that were. But that's kind of the beauty of analytics, is you're constantly growing, you're constantly tweaking things to make it more accurate representation of what people are seeing on the field. And I think their win rates just kind of missed the mark. So their win rate is basically, I think it's 3.5 seconds is the line of demarcation if you prevent a sack or a pressure. I think even a pressure in 3.5 seconds, that's a win. If you don't, it's a loss. I think it's with run, it's more like proximity to the runner, things like that. They try to make it as black and white as possible, which, of course, when we're talking about pass blocking and run blocking, things are never as black and white. Anyways, all that to say, I think Mike Clay was being a little too defensive of the shield. I never really like it when analytics guys get very protective and insulting of people who don't respect their stats necessarily. And this is coming from someone, if you guys have listened to the podcast long enough, I love analytics. I will defend every Dan Campbell's 4th down decision by the 4th down decision bot that is based on analytics. I think they have a valuable place in this discussion, but the whole, if you also read my on-paper previews, I throw stats all over the place. I grab them from everywhere because I'm not just going to be well, PFF has the Lions as the second best pass blocking team, so they're the second. No, I want to take several different evaluations because everyone does it a little bit differently, and I think together they can create a nice, good picture. But when you pull just one stat, and one stat that, let's be honest, is a pretty big outlier compared to the other. I think there are valid criticisms to have of Penei Sewell's pass blocking. It wasn't great last year. He even admitted it wasn't his best year. But I think in that same run block win rate, they had him 30th. And he is maybe, and I don't even know if I should be saying maybe, he's probably the best run blocking tackle in football. And so if your metric has him outside the top half of the league, you need to evaluate your metric. You need to reconsider what your metric is actually capturing and what it's missing.
Before I build off of what you just said, I want to, Ryan, quick update. How many Nuggets are we down at this point?
We're over 40 down. I'm trying to cruise. I'm trying to move, man.
I was gonna say, because I feel at some point in time, once those Nuggets start getting actually cold, I feel that's when things are going to become a little difficult. But getting back to the conversation of Penei Sewell, Jeremy, just having you explain again to myself as well as the rest of the audience just how this metric that ESPN is using is was put together. I think that's the thing that makes it really difficult for fans to just grasp the fact that Penei Sewell's not as good as, not even just we think, but as good as executives and scouts and coaches think he is. I've seen enough former offensive linemen break down film of offensive line play to understand that this may be one of those position groups that's really difficult to nail down with a metric in terms of what do you consider a win if a guy is able to maybe is pushed in the backfield a few extra yards, but at no point in time is that a threat to the quarterback. Is that a win? Is that a loss? I think that's something that I kind of wish Mike Clay would have just kind of, instead of maybe poking at fans, just kind of acknowledge the fact that, like, hey, this is a difficult group to measure, and we're just trying to figure it out.
Jeremy Fowler, who like leads the charge on all of these lists, he even put out a tweet that said, now that we're into the offensive line, and he was talking about the rankings, he goes, it's important to note that sacks attributed can vary a bit. True Media attributes 5 to Garrett Bowles, while Broncos people I've spoken to believe he did not give up a single sack last year. And it's like, okay, yeah, the Broncos people said that he didn't give up a single sack. Okay, yeah, believe them. And then like he reposted, it must be ESPN's New York Giants writer, and his quote or his tweet about the ranking was, Andrew Thomas ranked 8th amongst offensive line tackles. I know players who would take him over number 1. Even in the list itself, it talked about how Penei Sewell didn't get like the most number 1 votes, but he got the most second and third place votes, that it pushed him all the way to the top of the list. And it's just really funny to me that we're having a conversation about like, just how good is Penei Sewell? It's like, no, we know he's good. We know he's great. We know he's awesome. I don't know if I need to dig much more into that. Otherwise, it seems like we're just arguing about like, well, they say this and they say that. And I know Jeremy and I, we did our first bite with Jeff Burkess from Windy City Gridiron. He was talking about how he dug into numbers, and he was like, why are explosive plays like this many yards for runs and this many yards for pass plays? And they were just like, well, I don't know, it's just like the default setting. Like the NFL team said they do it that way. It's like, well, why? Like, right. Explain to me why, right? Like the numbers thing just has to continue to evolve. And I think that's something that like I see Mike Clay tweet, and he's always like, if you have suggestions about how to like improve my formula or how to look at this better, like I'm all ears, like let me know. Kind of feels like disingenuous when he just like throws it at the end of a tweet after he like disparages you. Right. But like I would hope that he actually does take any information to, you know, tinker with these formulas, Jeremy.
And I don't want to act like run block win rate and pass block win rate are this like basic thing and doesn't involve a ton of like analytical data and player tracking. Like it's cool technology that they're using to try to come up with something interesting. But again, like you always have to make sure that the results make sense. And it's not easy to do. Like you have to scale your grading systems in ways that weight certain things that matter more than other things. And I don't know. To me, it's just the snobbery that sometimes comes along with the analytics that is more bothersome. You know, I think most people that are really into analytics like are excited to explore and excited to expand, and maybe Mike Clay is too, given that he's shown at least a little bit of willingness to learn and adapt and change. But if like you said, if that comes right after he calls, you know, these biased Lions fans, like it definitely comes off at least disingenuous, at worst, like, I don't know, just combative. And here's the funny thing though, like if you are to look at Mike Clay's overall rankings of like the roster projections for 2026, he has the Lions with the 4th best roster. He has them with the 2nd most projected wins, and he has them with the easiest schedule. So like he likes this roster. But like,
he doesn't like Penei Sewell enough.
But apparently he just thinks Penei Sewell is, pedestrian's probably the wrong word, and I don't know. It's very strange to me that you would have him as OT 10, and like it would even make more sense to me if he was like, well, I'm not sure about that move from right tackle to left tackle. I'm not concerned about that, but if you want to use that as a way to like drop him a ranking or two, sure. But I don't know if your grading system, if your statistical system has him as average at best, like you need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, I think that's where some people have an issue with analytics, is when the numbers don't necessarily align with what you see with your eyes. And I think that's where there's always going to be this disconnect between, like specifically between players and analytics, right? It's like, what do your eyes tell you when you turn on the film, and then versus like you were saying earlier, Jeremy, yes, advanced analytics have their place in the game. It just becomes a really combative thing when they seem to tell a different story than what you see when you turn on the tape, actually.
It's the Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, like, duck season, rabbit season, and it's just like watch tape, numbers, watch tape, numbers, and it's like
Do both.
do them both, do them both, and maybe you'll come to an even better conclusion.
I mean, I feel like that's the best way to do it, right? Is to like if the tape tells you one thing, or if the numbers say one thing and you turn on the tape and the tape should either support or maybe like take away from what you just saw, right? And I think being able to like combine those two things together is a good way of at least growing your knowledge and your awareness as a football fan. And I try to at least improve my protein intake by combining both meat sticks and cheese sticks from Righteous Felon Craft Jerky to get me like a high quality snack that'll basically help me recover after running 5 miles. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing better than a nice quality snack from Righteous Felon. The Pride of Detroit podcast is brought to you by Righteous Felon Craft Jerky. It's the jerky that fuels the Pride of Detroit POD. Each 2-ounce bag of jerky has 16 to 20 grams of protein, and each stick has 8 grams. Trust me, if it's good enough for the Lions, it's going to be good enough for you too. Righteous Felon is based in Westchester, Pennsylvania. They use locally sourced, all-natural Black Angus beef and prides itself on superior quality, revolutionary branding, and unique flavors that go beyond the stereotypical jerky offering. Like I was talking about, Righteous Felon does actually combine 2 really good snacks with their OG hickory meat stick with now a cheese stick that is called their Duo Pack. You can get that. I think it's like 14 grams of protein altogether. It's an amazing snack. I just finished eating their Foul Capone lemon pepper meat stick, which is absolutely fantastic. Ryan, I would suggest that you probably, get some Righteous Felon Craft Jerky, but you're pounding so many nuggets that I don't think you're going to look at any type of protein for the next few days. But for everybody else, you can easily go over to righteousfelon.com, use the promo code POD15 at checkout to get 15% off your order. Again, that's promo code POD15 at righteousfelon.com. When we come back, Ryan's going to give us an update on how many nuggets he's ate, and we're also going to talk about NFL or NFC North rankings for the tight end group, the offensive line group, as well as the defensive line group for all 4 teams in the NFC North. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more right after this.
Getting Ryan on the mic just to give a grunt and then mute his mic. Beautiful.
I was gonna say something, but I think Miko was like, he's going through it. I'm just gonna finish the ad read.
You can tell, like, I think this is like the ultimate sign for, all right, I'm starting to feel this.
When you held the cup in front of your face, I was like, oh, we've hit a wall.
I ate 2 nuggets at once. I've done that a few times, but this past time that I've ran into it, it felt like a lot of food in my mouth at once.
I assume we're on to box 3 at this point. Are we done with box 3? Okay.
Done. Empty.
And
There's 10 left in here.
Okay, so you're at the halfway point.
Mm-hmm.
What
are we going to start introducing sauce?
Yeah, that was going to be my question. What is the sauce situation over there? And while he wharfs that down, I can get through alerts. All right, Nick the Greek 100 bits says 80 chicken nuggets is fun, but have you ever been baptized on Instagram? No idea what that's in reference to. Wink, wink. LJ 74 months subscribed on Twitch says nuggets. Sports Turf Pro 39 months says evening gang. Evening Sports Turf Pro. Thanks for joining us. RGA, thank you for the 41 months says ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm hating it.
Yeah,
and your boy,
I will not eat McDonald's. Hand to God, I will not eat McDonald's again for the next, I don't know how long.
till November.
At what point in time how many nuggets did you get in before you were like, this is actually torture? Like, this is no longer fun?
20, I could sleepwalk through 20. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I got to the end of box 2 and I was like, this is an uphill battle now. I was like, we're uphill now. We're uphill. And then when I had the cup in front of my face, that was when I had 2 nuggets in there. And I was like, hold on, I did this before, but it went down faster and it went down easier. I've done all these dry. And
yeah.
I tried to save sauce for the last, hopefully for the last box. I don't want to try to I don't want to open these too early, but I do have the old sweet sour,
Yep.
Yep.
the spicy buffalo.
Love it.
Most oftentimes
Oh.
Together.
together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of each?
No. Well, I have honey.
Okay.
That's gonna be
Yep.
That's gonna be like my victory, like 2 or 3.
Saving it for the
Yeah,
end.
that's like your reward. Like when you get to the end, and you're just like, I want to make this.
I think I might
Worth
pop this
something?
one open pretty soon. I
Honey
think I might
mustard,
pop
yeah.
open the honey mustard pretty soon. But yeah, it's like I'm full. I shouldn't be eating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did also just hit mute and I burped pretty good. So now I'm back into it. Let's go.
Your boy Maroc, 45 months, subscribe to the channel, says, with the 45th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Lions select. Hold on. That's Brian Branch, right? I think that's right. Caleb Whitwer, thank you for the 28 months subscribe on Twitch, says, can we go back to the Mike Clay conversation to remind everyone he does shitty ESPN fantasy score projections? Listen, I can't speak on how he is as a fantasy analyst, as someone who hasn't played in 2 decades. But I also don't think we can, like, I know it's a common thing, especially in our Slack room, to discredit people who are fantasy analysts as football analysis. And yes, those are 2 separate things, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to, like, completely dismiss a fantasy analyst necessarily.
I kind of did find it weird that we were all arguing with the fantasy guy about an offensive lineman play.
the one guy who does not score fantasy points.
Yeah, like you don't care about those guys at all.
I feel like that's maybe that was. I feel like somebody must have said something along those lines that it like made him so snippy.
Maybe. It was probably Morgan, let's be honest.
So when you said that like Al started this, I was going to interject and be like, I'm still surprised that it wasn't Morgan that kicked all of that off.
Well, it was Al who he responded to. And then like he's like all these big mad Lions fans, and I'm trying to remember what the exact, I couldn't find the like extremely insulting one. It's possible that he deleted it. But I couldn't find it on a quick once viewing. But it was something to the effect of like, these Lions fans don't know what they're talking about. They don't watch OL play. And like, to be fair, like, can I say that I've watched ample film on like the top 10 offensive tackles in this league to definitively rank them? Absolutely not. Like, no, I haven't. But I do talk to coaches on both the Lions and other teams. I do talk to players on the Lions and other teams. I do see other analytics that have Penei Sewell as like the number 1 rated tackle in football over the past 2, 3, 4 years, whatever you want to put it. And the more and more research you do on Penei Sewell beyond pass block win rate and run block win rate, the more and more it's a pretty clear picture that he's a top 10, if not top 5, if not top 2, if not top 1 offensive tackle in the league.
Well, and I think that's the part for me that's like kind of funny is that like we're not debating whether or not Penei Sewell is a top 10 tackle. We're debating on whether or not he should be 10. Like we're talking about a guy that
Right.
Like if you want to sit here and like debate whether or not he's better than Trent Williams, if you want to debate whether or not he's better than Lane Johnson, like those are guys that we're talking about that are in the conversation for top 3 guys, maybe top 5 guys. We can have a conversation of where Penei Sewell slots amongst those guys. But we should all be able to say without having to do a whole lot of deep diving into analytics to say that like, hey, Penei Sewell is definitely above 10. Like he's definitely on the other side of that half.
Yes.
Even in a down year. Like
Right.
which is kind of crazy.
And that's the thing, like, he had a down year. He admitted it. Some of the stats suggest he had a down year. But you know who was the number 1 offensive tackle in PFF grade last year? It was still Penei Sewell. Because his run blocking grade was, like, absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's probably time that I join you, Ryan, in paying off some of my reward. I don't know how this is going to go. I am supposed to do 100 up downs.
Do you want to do like as many as you can during the break and then wrap it up at the end? Like,
in my mind, here's how it's going to go. 25 at the beginning of this break. 25 towards the end of this break. Probably not right at the end of the break because I'd like to have some breath at the beginning of the actual segment.
Mm-hmm.
And then 25 at the beginning of the second break. 25 at the end. I don't know if I can do 25 consecutive up downs though.
Didn't you do like 40 like a couple years ago?
I don't know. I don't remember. And I'm not sure I'm in that good of shape right now. I also did play 21. No, I played 30 holes of disc golf this morning.
Yeah, but how much lower body did you possibly use in that?
It's a lot of hiking.
All right, that's fair. All right, well, yeah, you can go ahead and get to up downs, and I guess I will carry the break while you guys are.
Really quick, Xanda, 10 months, subscribed on Twitch, says patiently waiting for the PODD mailbag. I believe we're going to record that Tuesday morning. So that should be hopefully in your inboxes by Tuesday afternoon, maybe Wednesday morning. All right, I'm going to get my camera set up and see how this is going to go.
I might need to go for a walk. Like, I'm being honest. Like, just sitting here, I just feel it. Like, a lot of it's just, like, here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of it's just here.
That's what I had to do when I did that, like, offensive lineman challenge.
Yeah.
Bro, like,
You had to go walk around?
I had to walk around the, like, my kitchen. Like, I was taking laps in my kitchen to, like, get down. What was it? I think they were, like, Chick-fil-A chicken tenders. And it was, I think there was only, like, 30 of them. But, like, halfway through, I was like, this is hell. And I had sauce.
Yeah, I got into the sauce. The sauce has helped a little, but it's not going to help enough.
Mm-hmm. No.
It's not going to help enough.
Oh, yeah, Dan's asking, did you get a bubbly beverage? I feel like I heard you filling up water.
Water. Yeah, it's my water cooler in my classroom. This is phenomenal, by the way. Jeremy's.
It's funny because it looks like he's like setting up a camera under his desk.
Yeah.
I love the calf sleeve though.
It is. It's such a 40-year-old thing.
It just like it's a nice throwback to like one of my go-to like accessories when like playing 2K and you're like creating a player. It's like, oh, gotta have the calf sleeve.
Yeah, either that or he's got to be wearing tights. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Are you making fun
Wasn't
of my
it
calf
Tracy
sleeve?
McGrady that kind?
No,
We're actually like reminiscing on how cool the calf sleeve, was in basketball.
Oh, people can't even see. All right, let me go desktop. Will pin me, I guess. There you go. That's good. All right. Sorry, if you were in the middle of a conversation, you can finish it.
Oh,
No,
I was just gonna ask,
please,
Ryan, if you could like remind me or not. Wasn't it Tracy McGrady that made like the calf sleeve?
I feel like it was. Yeah.
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 Like kind of famous in that way.
Yeah. Probably him, and then like Allen Iverson too, right? Like,
I feel like so I attribute probably more so either the arm sleeve or the headband to Allen Iverson, more so than the calf sleeve.
I would agree. Like, I think about like the arm sleeves more.
Definitely like the thicker headband for AI too, because I feel like prior to that everyone was wearing like the pretty like thin ones, and then like AI came in, changed the game, and like everybody had headbands that basically covered up your forehead.
Do your up downs.
Shut up.
Lions Blood 20 said media leg rankings.
Just making sure I have room. Can you guys? Okay, you guys can mostly see that. The goal is to not hit my head on the corner of the desk this time.
I feel like we had this conversation last time you did up downs. Is it Is it a push up with the up down, or is it literally just like down and back up?
It's down. It's like this. Jump.
Okay, you have to jump at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
We can count that as one, by the way.
You're gonna count that as one? Was that good
Yeah.
enough for him?
I'll throw you a bone. Will
Yeah.
you take 5 nuggets off my sentence for it?
No.
I was
I'm not
gonna say
gonna
you
have the
get,
headphones
like
on.
I was
dude.
gonna allow you to take that lap though, because that's
Yeah.
that's going to be needed.
I'm gonna take a lap while Jeremy does up downs.
Okay. Great. All right, here we go. I guess we're starting with 2. We'll see how. Goal is let's try to push 30. See if we can get 30. Go from there.
I think that's a
All right,
good.
here we
I think
go.
that's a good starting point.
Hat's coming off too.
Let's all grade Jeremy's form here, Chad.
2, 3,
That first one was a little shaky. I'm not gonna lie.
5, 6, 7.
Drew Falcon. Honestly, if Ryan did puke off camera, I might just let it slide. Like, it's a lot of nuggets, and
10.
he powered through enough of them.
12. Oh boy. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. Oh boy.
Yes, 17 was tough.
18.
Jeremy's at least got to get 20. He's got to get 20.
19. All right. We're going to go 20.
I'm starting to feel like I'm
Only
like
4
I'm
more
starting
of
to feel
those.
like I
Hold on,
got.
I don't like this angle. Hold on.
It's not that kind of live stream, guys.
Oh boy.
I gotta admit, that first one scared me. The first up down scared me just because of like the step back. I was saying your first one kind of freaked me out a little bit because you kind of like jumped and kind of like stepped back a little bit with it, and I was like, is he gonna fall?
No, I did hit my bed a little bit on one of the first few ones. Oh. I have a feeling
Remind me again.
Go ahead.
How did you get to 100?
I believe it was Jake Bates field goals of 50 or longer.
yeah.
Did he kick 10 50 or long field goals in November?
Was it 50 or was it 40? Because I do remember it being like,
You know, I think it might have also been Jack Fox punts pinned inside the 20 or inside the 10.
inside the 20. Yeah. I'm like very curious on like which of us is going to feel the worst tomorrow, because like I'm already like getting sore. Like my quads are already pretty much cooked for the day.
All I know is that my first 20 was much harder than Ryan's first 20.
Yeah. I feel like your first 20 was harder than my first mile. Like in all honesty, and I had to run uphill.
Whew, boy. Well, let's pull up the Movember list to see what it officially said. For every Jack Fox punt that's pinned inside the 20-yard line, plus every Jake Bates field goal of 50-plus yards, I'll do 10 up downs. That was a mistake.
I feel like Jack Fox had to carry that.
Ryan's in the chat and says 100%. Here's the problem. Is 20 is clearly going to be the most I can do in a set now. Diminishing returns the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I don't have 4 more sets. I have at least 5 more sets.
I mean, I guess it really depends on like how long the rest of this break is, right? Because like
True.
that could give you enough time to get your win back. The ones at the end are probably going to suck for you. Like while Ryan will get like probably a little bit of a bit of a reprieve for like his last few nuggets. Like your last few up downs are not going to be fun.
Nope. How do I get this back to everyone in the right spot? Oh, almost. This thing always gives me so much trouble. Nope. 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 Oh. I need to have a talk with Riverside.
Bro, you and me both.
I just want Miko there. And me here. Nope. Oh, no, wrong one. Who just raided us? JoJo Radio, thank you for the raid. We haven't got a raid in forever. Appreciate it, JoJo. What
This
were you
is the
streaming over
perfect
there?
time for one too.
Absolutely. Messing. Oh my god. Just get me in the middle. All right. I'm feel like I'm just going to switch around the titles. Oh, what's up, Mike and Dave? Appreciate y'all stopping by. We are in the middle of our podcast break where we are doing some crazy stuff. The missing person, who is Ryan, not me, is in the midst of 50 chicken nuggets out of 100 eaten. I just did 20 of... Yeah, I did 100 up downs in a row. That's right. No, 20 of 100 that we're trying to do in the middle of a show. Now I just
So who do you think throws up first, you or Ryan?
I still think it's probably Ryan, only because he went hard already. I'm a little afraid he went too hard. Too hard, too quick. Although that's like the strat, right? Is eat as much before you get full.
I don't know if there's another way he could have went about it.
Thought I had it. All right, I'm just gonna keep this, not changing anything. I don't understand the algorithm here of pinning someone and then where do they go afterwards. That might be the face of someone who's already thrown up.
I was gonna say, how do you look sadder after the walk than you did before the walk?
No, I had a lot of fun. I totally agree with Jeremy though. Like his first 20, infinitely harder than my first 20.
Yeah.
Jeremy's first 20, I was like, we getting to 30?
Nope. As soon as I hit 14, I knew I was in trouble. Like, oh, that push-up is not feeling as easy as it did in the first 5.
Walking helped a little. I also tried kind of just like jumping in place, like 2 foot
sloshing
jumping,
it around.
Gravity.
That does not sound like a good idea.
I'm open to suggestions from chat. So I have 2 nuggets left in this box, and then I will be 60 in.
Wow.
I'm just built different, guys.
Yeah, you're built of nuggets now. Like
I am a nugget man. Well, the thing was, during my walk too, I was like, I got to look at Jeremy's McNuggets after his up downs too.
Hey. I did not plan for where that camera was going to be once I stood up. Or once I sat down, I guess.
Oh, man.
I just heard Jeremy go, oh, nope, not there.
Kate Mazing, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate you. And appreciate all of our YouTube followers, even though I don't have an alert from you guys. Appreciate everyone who's watching over there.
Yes, JC, I will become the poster child for seed oils.
How's honey mustard?
Dan, my run was actually not that bad. I actually thought my calves and my knees were going to be the thing that were going to like really hold me back, and it ended up being my ankles instead. So score 1 for old age, I guess. Like, I feel like the fact that we were on vacation and we did all that walking at Disney maybe helped prepare me a little bit more to do the run.
I'm not gonna lie, Ryan. So far I'm impressed.
I took a walk, and as I can see from the recorder, I'm at over a nugget a minute.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's not bad.
If you started when we hit the record button, yeah.
I
It's
mean,
good pace.
I'm just saying that, like, the fact that I went 60 in less than 60. That's kind of impressive. Like, even if I end up sputtering out, and I am not trying to set myself up for falling short, but I'm looking at those 3 boxes, and there's 2 whole boxes of nuggets. This is a lot. This is feeding a family of 6.
It's supposed to, yeah.
This is sad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so pissed off at Jared Goff. You have no idea. Like,
bro, that's how I felt about That's how I felt about J-Mo. J-Mo had 7 touchdowns all season. 5 of them came in November.
We picked the wrong month to do that in. They had 5 games. November was a mistake.
I don't know why. I was like, oh, you know what? Jake Bates 50-plus yard field goals. That's not enough. Let me add Jack Fox punts to this too.
Just your crusade against special teams.
Yeah. Even if I had picked Tom Kennedy kick returns of 20-plus yards, something that I'd be like, oh, that's 0, I would have been screwed.
Thanksgiving.
I feel like if we do this again this year, we shouldn't be allowed to pick the same players.
Or I don't think we should be able to choose the same exercises or endurance tests or whatever you want to call this.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely signing back up for this.
I can tell you what. I can tell you with full confidence, it won't be food related. I feel like if we do this again this year, either we might have to just like put it on a wheel and let it be random. Because I feel like there's not much that we're going to like subject ourselves to. Like, Ryan's not going to subject himself to anything food related ever again.
No, like I don't know if I'll ever eat food ever again. Like, I think that tonight's the last night I eat food. I'll figure out some other way to get my body's nutrients. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, Krolik, I did see your question. It took me 68 minutes to run 5 miles, which, according to Google,
I'm like, that's
pretty
pretty
good, man.
Yeah. And to be fair, I walked way more than I wanted to. So it kind of makes me wonder, like, if I actually got into good shape, what could I actually, like, physically run 5 miles in?
So what you're telling me is you didn't actually run 5 miles.
Just like Ryan had to get up to go walk around to, like, to be able to power through these nuggets. Yeah, I had to walk in order to get those miles done.
I think running 5 miles straight, like legit just running, like even if it's like the lightest jog, that would put me down. Like I would be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like 5 miles of I did 2 miles of nonstop running today.
Mm-hmm.
I got home and the first words out of Olivia's mouth were, "Why are you soaking wet?"
That was the
Why
look
are
of
you so
horror in
red?
my wife's, yeah, the look of horror in my wife's face at like how sweaty I was. She was like, "Let me get into the bathroom so you can go take a shower."
I didn't want to keep my clothes in my house. I put my clothes out in the driveway.
Mika, were you wearing a vest as well, like a weighted vest?
No, it was just a vest to like hold my phone and my like.
Oh,
wallet
okay.
in.
Running
'Cause,
vest. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm a black man in the suburbs. I don't need those problems.
Well, my thing was like, at first I was like, Mika, why are you wearing a hat? And it's like, I know you're typically wearing a hat, but like running in a hat seems especially hotter today. Especially the kind of hat you had on, but is it also like, do you get sunburnt like on the top of your head if you like?
I was gonna say I'm bald, so like,
Right.
yeah, I was definitely very much just being like, hey, I don't want to get sunburned. I also knew I was gonna sweat, and it was just like I don't want sweat in my eyes.
Oh, just pouring down. Yeah, to keep the.
Yeah.
That's a good call. Yeah, good call.
So, but yeah, it of the three of us, I'm probably the only one that's more likely to like stick with what like I may actually start running.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was at least like a good enough challenge where it's like, oh, like I've never enjoyed long distance running, but like this was a nice like challenge of like seeing where my body's at, and it's just like, okay, like outside of like my ankles kind of like betraying me, and probably like by mile 3.5 I started noticing my legs were heavy. It was like, this isn't terrible. Like
Yeah. We came very close last year to doing 5K as one of the Movember rewards that like several of us were going to do, but I think that takes months of training the body.
I will absolutely be training it. Like that's technically fewer miles than what I ran, but still, it's just the simple fact of like if we're all trying to like run it and not walk it at any point, like yeah, I gotta train for that.
Yeah.
I also made the mistake of today when I ran. I went up to the high school and ran on the track, and the track is black.
Black and hot.
Yeah.
And also like running in a circle like I'm at the Daytona 500 was the most boring thing in the world. And plus I know how long I have to go, right? Like I complete lap 3. I'm like, I have a whole other lap. Are you kidding me? I was like, no.
Yeah, for anyone wondering, if anyone watches the video and is wondering why I chose to run outside instead of like doing a treadmill or running on a track, it's that. Like I get so bored of like if it's on a treadmill, I get super bored running in the same place, and if my body starts to hurt, like it's really hard for me to be like stay on the machine.
Yeah, keep doing
Like
this.
it's so much easier to be like, yeah, I'm gonna just go hop off and do something else. But also running around a track, like you said, like you know how many more laps you have, and it's a better like mental thing to be like running and like to be running somewhere and to have to look at your watch and be like, okay, how far have I gotten? And then be like, oh, okay, I've actually made maybe more progress than I thought or less progress than I thought, whatever the case may be. But once you're away from your house, like you basically have to keep going.
Yeah,
Right.
You have to go back.
Right. I think that's the best part for me is like if you run 2.5 miles, you don't have a choice but to walk, run, whatever the 2.5 miles back. But I'm more of an indoor guy. Like throw on a movie, throw on a TV show. That's my motivation. As soon as I get off the treadmill, TV goes away.
I definitely do. Either of you guys have like a walking pad? I've like definitely thought about investing in one of those because I think that I could definitely crank out like Wimbledon just got done, right?
Yeah.
Like I could have woke up in the morning and just been on the walking pad watching Wimbledon and then not feel like such a a gluttonous schmuck.
Yeah.
I do it
a
every
good
now
one?
and
No,
You guys have a good one? You got
Mine's
like,
okay.
recommendations?
I
Like,
can.
what are you
gonna say,
looking
like-
for? What are you looking for in a walking pad?
Bluetooth speakers is pretty standard for everyone at this point, but like it's a good feature to have. Ideally, it has a place to put a drink or remote or your phone. Mine doesn't, but it's like it's very bare bones and it's fine. If you want to like actually run on it, you want to see how high it actually goes in terms of speed. But I don't know, they're all relatively the same, I think.
Yeah, Kalila has one that she got that is basically storage right now. But I think like that one like, even has like a handlebar. So like if like to Jeremy's point, if you put it up at higher speeds, like but you don't want to worry about like falling, you at least have that. I don't know if any walking pad has this, but I would love one that like has an incline to it so that you can kind of like if you want to walk at like a slight incline, you can probably do that. I do plan on getting once we move into the new house, like I want to have one in my office just as like I'm already working from home essentially like to just be a little bit more active. It's just like, yeah, I would love to be able to have like a walking pad to do that.
For a while, like when I first got it, I was planning to have it under my desk and like treat my desk as a walking station. What do you call it? Like a desk that you stand at, standing desk, whatever.
Standing desk, yeah.
I cannot type while walking.
I don't think I could like to do your type of typing. I couldn't, but like if I had to like reply to like some team messages or like send an email, I could probably do that.
Could do it on my phone, right? But like writing an article, I don't like that kind of typing.
I don't know why I thought I could do it, but I definitely can't. And then on top of that, I kept getting static shocked. I don't know why. I guess I don't know.
It's too bad that you stopped because that could have been like your superhero origin story.
How many shocks does it take to get superpowers?
I think I was also getting it like in my headphones, and that was probably irrationally scaring me. I'm like, what if the shock goes into my brain? Like, is that how I give myself an aneurysm? Because I don't want to do that.
If you did it while you were reading a Carlos Monterrez article, would that turn you into a supervillain or a superhero? My column at Pride of Detroit.
Let me look at these Mike Clay ratings. Oh my God, now I'm interested in PPR.
Oh no. You have a 2-quarterback league? How many super flex? We do individual defensive players.
God. Real sickos.
So Ryan, I am curious, would this be easier or harder to do if you didn't have people to talk to while you were doing it?
I think it's making it harder. I also kind of want to give myself an excuse because I just had like 2 nuggets over the past probably like 8 minutes, and it's just not like I'm trying, like, but I'm. This is going to be a challenge, but yeah, no. To answer your question, I think it would be easier if I was just like wolfing them down. Like Joey Chestnut is impressive, Kobayashi impressive, like titans of sport right now. Like I feel the most amount of respect I've ever felt for Joey Chestnut as I do right now as a professional eater.
I asked that because I saw someone say in the chat something about like listening to music while you're running, and I was just like, that definitely made it easier for me. It was like actually having music, but I was wondering like, does having noise make this more difficult when you're trying to eat?
I don't know about that, but I almost like I won't stay at the gym, or like I won't go for a run if I don't have music. If I don't have that, like,
I've done it I've done it multiple times because I like forget my headphones somewhere. It sucks. Yeah. It's the worst.
Yeah, it's like your least favorite workout. So I guess it depends on what you're listening to. Like if you guys were playing music right now, maybe that would be nice. Like I could ask you to I could queue up some different kinds of music while I'm eating my nuggets, but like
just Eye of the Tiger on repeat.
Yeah. Pull up the soundtrack to the season for the 2016 season.
Oh, don't make me sad. I miss soundtrack to the season.
It's just that it was everybody's favorite article to write during the Patricia era. Like, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. What emo song can I find that fits this game?
Which Midwest emo song can I write an article about that somebody won't follow up with me in an email and be like, are you okay?
Or the comment section just won't always read exclusively, they should have picked Beck's loser.
They should have picked Detroit Rock City for this one. Okay.
All right. You guys have 2 options. Either we can get into the perfect worlds colliding of food in the Detroit Lions that came up yesterday, or I can do more up-downs.
Say that first thing again. Like, for some reason, that did not compute.
News hit last night of a
Burger
clashing of food opinions in the Detroit Lions wide receiver room that I feel like we must talk about.
And probably put it up to a poll too, right?
Sure.
Oh, we definitely got to do that.
Okay, let's
It
do
wouldn't
that.
be us if we didn't talk about food.
Exactly. First of all, I guess I have to ask you, are you well researched enough to have an opinion on this hot debate? And Miko, do you know what we're talking about? Because I know you're not on Twitter.
I don't.
Great.
I don't. But if it's food related, I'm pretty opinionated when it comes to food things.
You can catch them up to speed pretty quickly.
2 days ago, a man named Isaac Tislaw took a photo of his In-N-Out order with the caption,
Okay.
In-N-Out has nothing on Culver's, argue with a brick wall.
Oh, okay. Yep. I can have this conversation. Let's go.
Approximately 24 hours later, a man named Amon-Ra St. Brown took a picture of his In-N-Out, which appears to be a 3x3, 3 patties, and says, quote, best in the world, argue with your mama. So, a line has been drawn.
I have a quick sidebar question. Is the wide receiver room just trying to get an In-N-Out sponsor? Is that like what's happening?
I mean, this
If
is
they're trying to get In-N-Out in Michigan, I'm in favor of this.
What if this is how In-N-Out decided to announce they were coming to Michigan?
So I put this on the Lions or on our feed page, the feed over on our site, and someone noted, and I don't know if this is true or not, and this is classic podcasting. Let me say something without researching it. Said that In-N-Out has not expanded beyond the West Coast because they refuse to freeze their burgers, and so they won't ship their meat out anywhere where it will not stay fresh long enough. I don't know if that's true or not. But anyways, before we get into our arguments, I think it's very important that we recognize the regionality of both these takes. Tislaw, a Midwesterner. Obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown, a Cali boy. Very much lining up with the region that they respect here. Culver's is from Wisconsin, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I've spent a considerable amount in both places. I've had both. I'd probably have In-N-Out more than I've had Culver's, but I'm curious as to your guys' take.
Ryan?
I don't like any food at all, if I'm being honest. I just don't like food at all. I don't. Burgers are gross. I think I mentioned this on a previous show. I've never had Culver's food before.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I've never had Culver's food, and you know why? Because when they first showed up, the drive-through was always 14 cars
Fair.
deep. And I was like, I don't feel like going to wait. So I finally made the trip to Culver's one time because pregnant Amanda wanted Culver's. So it was like, okay, we're getting Culver's. And it wasn't too bad of a wait, but like I was just sent there for ice cream. So I got ice cream. So I just I don't partake in the Culver's. So, but I have had In-N-Out, and it's fantastic.
And that's what
It's
a
really
burger's
good.
all about?
I mean, it's like, I don't know. Like, my only point of reference for that style of burger, I think, would be Five Guys. Like, as far as like that I've had like Midwestern kind of like, and I know Five Guys is like expanded everywhere, but like that would be like the closest like frame of reference I have. But like In-N-Out is like still like tiers above that. You know what I mean?
Apply for.
So I've had both, but I've only had In-N-Out once because I've only been to California as an adult once. And Culver's is definitively better, in my opinion.
Definitively.
Like, In-N-Out's not a bad burger, but it's not like, to Ryan's point where he's like, oh, the only thing that he could like probably equivalate it to is maybe Five Guys. Like, when I had In-N-Out, I was like, oh, this is kind of like Culver's, but just not as good. Like, and I just had Culver's last night. And so like it's fresh on the brain. I just had their jalapeno pub burger. It's good. The patties are always fresh. The edges of the patty are always crispy. I don't have to do anything crazy to the burger for it to be good. Like like I said, I got the jalapeno one because that's like their specialty burger right now. But I go there routinely and I will just get a Culver's Deluxe, 2 patties, and it's fantastic. If I'm being like calorie conscious, I don't get mayo and I just get like ketchup and mustard, and it's still delicious. I do think that like when I had In-N-Out, I was like, I get why people like this, but I did walk away like I think it's a little overhyped. The fries are definitely overhyped for sure.
I don't think they're overhyped. I think a lot of people hate their fries. They taste like potatoes.
I just like I don't know, like because like people are like when you get their fries, like, oh, you got to get it animal style.
Yeah.
What's the point of getting it animal style when the cheese is cold by the time it's handed to you? Like not even by the time you get home. By the time it's handed to you, that cheese is already like solidified.
The animal style I think is a novelty. I don't think it's particularly good either. I go very back and forth on this. I'm walking the fence here a little bit because I love both, to be quite honest. I think In-N-Out's burgers taste fresher. All the ingredients taste fresher. They taste higher quality, but I like the way you cook a butter burger more. I like the taste of a butter burger more. But In-N-Out is also incredibly cheap. Like, shockingly
Culver's is expensive.
Cheap. Culver's is very expensive. And so, like, I think the wins for In-N-Out are fresher ingredients, faster, probably, even though it's always crowded as hell, cheaper, and they also treat their employees way better. I don't know how Culver's treats their employees, to be clear, but, like, I think In-N-Out is about as morally good as a fast food company can get. Culver's does I know it's not technically a smash burger, but it's kind of a smash burger.
Mm-hmm.
They don't skimp on portions. They have better and deeper sides. Their ice cream / shakes are better. And so like
ice is fantastic.
Yeah, if you go like full body of work, it's probably Culver's, but if we're talking about just burger, I might give it to In-N-Out.
Can I throw one other hat into the ring?
Sure.
I loved a steak and shake burger.
I do too. Yeah.
The steak burger. Burger is very, very good. It's very, very good.
Steak and Shake is always underrated. That is the true underrated spot.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had it in a very long time.
Yeah, because they're not like... Actually, I think there's one by me. I like their fries, actually. Like their... What is it? Like the straw... Like the really, really thin fries that they have.
Well, I was just on the website, and they said that they have beef tallow fries.
Who says
that? Steak and Shake.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's just catering to people afraid of seed oils.
Yeah.
That feels like unnecessarily big back though. Like
they have an entire like article on their header about seed oils.
I don't want to walk into that trap on the internet. People are going to send me TikToks and Instagrams.
I think better you say something about seed oils than you do about Jameson Williams. So
I don't know. I haven't checked the comments of that podcast either. Nor will I.
But hey, did you see Stefan Diggs was in the news for the exact thing that we were talking about in the last podcast?
Nope.
Adam Schefter, he put something out there that said that Stefan Diggs said that he's better than every second wide receiver in the NFL, and he doesn't understand why he doesn't have a job.
okay.
And I was like,
can you be a second wide receiver if you're not a 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, or 6, or 7 wide receiver?
It's the age-old question.
I don't think you could be wide
Is
receiver.
Is
two.
he ignoring the fact that he's like that he's literally in the middle of like 2 lawsuits? Like, isn't it like 2? Yeah,
got a
doesn't he
little-
have like
got
2
a-
lawsuits going on?
Got a lot going on. I mean, I feel like one of the big takeaways from a pretty like, remember how unfun the Super Bowl was? Like how uninteresting it was to watch?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the biggest takeaway was what happened with Stephon Diggs and Cardi B. Like that's one of my big takeaways from that Super Bowl was that the Seahawks rolled over the Patriots and that Cardi B broke up with Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
And little did
I don't
we
even know what you're
that
talking about, to be completely honest. But okay.
Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
I wasn't going to get into that, but I was just going to say, little did we know that it wasn't going to be the most scandalous thing that happened with the New England Patriots in this offseason.
That's such a good point.
Just an incredible, 4 months for New England Patriots fans?
Mm-hmm.
But I think, like, on a serious note, when it comes to Stephon Diggs, like, the fact that, like, you have essentially become, like, a mercenary for hire at the wide receiver position, like, yeah, those guys are typically the last ones to get signed. Like, and I'm not saying that he's not talented, but, like...
Especially when they have off-the-field problems.
Right.
Right. So, like, the fact that no one has wanted to keep you longer than a season or two... Like, I don't understand why he's upset.
This was a wild question, but have you guys seen the Minnesota Vikings, the video that the team made of them going around the locker room when Stephon Diggs was on the Minnesota Vikings?
Yes.
And they were asking each of the players, who would you not want your sister to go out with? And all of them answered Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
We didn't find that. That was kind of the... That wasn't a red herring.
I feel like that was also the last time like any team decided to use that question.
Which is an insane question to ask people. Like, you're only going to make nothing good is going to come of that, and especially when everybody has the same answer.
Right. Maybe you leave that one in drafts when you're like, oh, this is gonna make our wide receiver look like a creep.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Especially considering the stuff that he's got going on now, like, jeez.
J-Man Jr. thank you for the 60 months says In-N-Out is in Nashville with plans to have them in Knoxville, which is closer to where I am. Okay, maybe what I read was a complete lie. They're all the way in Knoxville. In Nashville.
Did you say Asheville or
Yeah.
Nashville?
Nash.
Oh.
Tennessee.
Have you ever been to Asheville?
Mm-mm.
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shout out to our North Carolinians. Carolinians.
Carolinians.
All right, I feel like I should do some up-downs here and then maybe get back to it.
They're cold.
Yeah, while you do-
They're cold, dude. And they're so hard to eat. I don't know if I can keep going.
How far are you? Halfway through that? Box 4?
No. I haven't touched a nugget in 10 minutes.
I was gonna say last time he gave an update, he said he had eaten 2 out of that box.
I think, Chad,
They're so bad.
I'm going to refund any requests for anything on our Twitch channel today just because we're doing enough already.
We got a lot going on over here.
Including, as JC is suggesting, listcast people you don't want to date your sister. We're not doing that.
Oh, that's on the POD staff?
Absolutely not.
You know what? All of you guys could date my sister because the bigger test is, do any of you survive the experience?
All right, let me get the camera back in position.
On a food related or on a similar food related topic though, I do have an update to like my gas station food rankings. Because before I went on vacation,
I felt like you
for those that
alluded
don't
to
remember,
this. Did we
Yeah.
talk about this in Slack?
we talked about it, I think like after last week's podcast. Yeah. Wawa's might actually be like the second best gas station to get food from. And I say that after my family and I spent a week in Cincinnati because our girls had a dance competition. Ryan, we ate there like 3 times over the course of a week. Like,
That's a lot to
not
eat. That's a lot of times eating at a gas station.
You ate at Buc-ee's 3
Like-
times?
No, Wawa's.
Oh, Wawa's.
No.
Oh, that's right. That's the one that's going up the rankings.
I
here.
gotta go back to Sheets and try some other things. But like, you can get like a healthy, like custom made like bowl at Wawa's, like with rice,
Really?
beans, like whatever like protein you want, and it's good. Like it's actually really good. Kalila got it twice, I think, while we were there. I got it once. We had it 3 times in Cincinnati, and then we had it once in Florida.
Dang.
I remember when Alex and Andrew Cotto, shout out Andrew Cotto, and Chris and I, when we went to the draft in Philly in 2017, that was the first time I ever went to a Wawa's. I was like, this is like more than just like your average convenience store kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, and that's why, like, I remember us talking about it, and I was like, well, we just so happened to go in there, and it was after the girls had been dancing. We were like, well, we might as well get food here because we can order food. Or actually, I think we got lunch there first. And so we were like, oh, let's just grab some stuff. And, like, it's very similar to Sheets, where, like, you order at the kiosk of, like, what you want. So it's literally laid out the exact same. And I just so happened to see that they had bowls. And I was like, there's no way these are, like, Chipotle like type bowls, like, and it was like, sure enough.
So it's basically just like an unwrapped burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically you can get, I think I got like shredded chicken, rice, black beans, pico, avocado, avocado, and like, again, very similar to Sheets, where you can get like, they have like all these different sauces that you can add to it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really good. And then one of the other times I got a burger there. My youngest really likes, so if she goes to a gas station for whatever reason, they can have regular food. She wants a breakfast sandwich. Like the fact that she can get a breakfast sandwich whenever she wants it.
If there was a place I could get a breakfast, when McDonald's used to have, Jeremy will agree to this before he starts doing his up downs. McDonald's all day breakfast, Jeremy.
Oh, he might have already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't know if he
Thumbs
still
up.
has his headphones on.
Exactly.
I don't know why I'm just not talking.
My favorite comment recently though on Twitch is HSW, and they say feet for free is crazy work.
Yeah, here. Well, that's why I put this where we're covering the feet.
Rex Ryan just made a huge donation.
Yeah. Rex Ryan just doubled the Movember campaign.
How did he get my Venmo?
Oh no! Don't look at the text message from Brett Favre.
Oh boy. All right.
Oh no.
All right. I'm taking the
All right.
headphones off now.
Do you think he gets to 20?
No, there's no shot.
Oh, he's not going to be able to do
Are
20?
you not?
I'm
You're really
I hit
not
20,
that like,
but I think I think I maxed out there, and now everything's gonna be a little bit less.
Chat, the over-under, I'm setting it at 14 and a half.
Great.
Jeremy, you gotta get
14 and a half. Easy work.
He's going to get to 15 to spite me.
That's not gonna be easy work.
I think he's gonna get to 20 despite both of us.
One.
That was not bad. That was a lot better than the first one.
Yeah. It's a much better start.
4. Oh, dog. 5. Get out of here. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10.
Oh boy.
11.
Oh, he's got 15.
13. 14. 15. All right, 16. We'll keep it there.
I definitely.
So that's like
didn't think
70
that
combined,
I-
right?
Who's more likely to actually hit their total between Ryan and Jeremy on this stream?
Ain't gonna be me, man. I don't know.
Ryan, I feel like you gotta push through. Like, unfortunately, you talked more smack than Jeremy did about hitting this total. So, like,
It's a lot. It's a lot of food. It's just a lot. And I don't know. It's a story of Icarus, you know? I flew too close to the sun. I did 60 in less than 60. Jeremy, how you
eat that
feeling?
pizza, don't we?
I've never hated special teams more.
I might tag in Morgan.
This thing?
To do the pizza thing. Is that from Day Fit?
Yeah. Garbage.
I was gonna say Lions beat writer.
Great. Who's ready for Lions talk?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, let's go. Can't wait. NFC North, let's go.
Did you officially tap out? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I'm not quitting. I'm just saying I'm moving at my own pace now, man.
Look, you knocked out 60. That's still like admirable. Or
I have a box, and then I have 8 left in here. So I'm at
72?
72.
72.
I think. Oh, so we're even. 72 up down, 72 McNuggets.
How many up downs have you done?
36.
Yeah. All right.
No. That can't be right.
So are you tapping out?
No, but like I said, I think it's going to take 4 more reps at least.
There's gonna be a
We
long
got one more
podcast.
break.
It's gonna be a long post show, guys.
Alien Vivitor, that comment makes me want to throw up. That makes me want to throw up.
I was gonna say maybe you should have brought a blender and just like drank the rest of them.
30.
Have you guys ever eaten so much that like you can just feel it back here?
No.
That's where I'm at right
Yes.
now. Yeah.
It's why I will never do another food thing as part of Movember ever again.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did the offensive lineman challenge.
Yeah, I will never do another food thing.
Yeah.
Other than the pizza thing, but that's because like we all get to suffer together.
That's fair. I guess if you guys were both suffering in the way I was suffering, this would be easier.
I mean, Jeremy's suffering in a similar, maybe even worse than you are. I don't know.
I ran earlier. I would rather be doing what Jeremy's doing than eating these nuggets. This is terrible.
4 more sets of 16 gets me exactly to 100. That's the only thing I'm thinking about right now.
How much is the calf making this difficult for you?
Not at all. It doesn't hurt.
Okay.
I'd stop if that hurt, because I don't want to hurt myself.
I'm going to go to dessert nuggets. We're going to go honey. I'm going to see if the honey kind of brings me back to life.
Evanescence style? Is that what you need us to play?
Yeah, I just need to be thinking about how I need to land this plane on the Hudson River.
Wake me up! I can't wake up!
Anyway. Did you guys ever eat nuggets with honey as a kid?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I think
That was my
the
go-to
preferred-
sauce.
Yeah. Same.
And McDonald's knows it's the preferred sauce. That's why they keep it in that stupid smaller container.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like honey's expensive.
Yeah, that's why I just buy like the larger bottle of it at Sam's Club.
I mean, that's why it's also this size
Yeah, that's
as compared to
enough
this.
for like 2 nuggets.
Yeah. But man, it had been so long since I had this. You know how there's like certain flavors that I think you talked about this, Jeremy, when we were talking about Burger King breakfast. Like it just unlocks like memories.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like when you eat like a specific fast food item.
Yep. It's like the high C from McDonald's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The nuggets with the honey for me was, I remember the Happy Meals had do you remember the Mighty Ducks cartoon on Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had those for their toys. I remember eating these yeah.
I was just laughing for a second there because, like, lifting up this 3/4 filled glass of water, I, like, started to feel my arm shake a little bit. Just lifting a glass of water.
Yeah, you're
That's a
making
good
me
sign,
feel
right?
Like you're gonna be the one. I feel like you're gonna be the one that's hurting the most the next day. I thought it would be. I thought Ryan would suffer the most today, and that I would suffer the most tomorrow. I think it might be you.
It's hard to imagine me not hurting everywhere tomorrow. I'm not, like, I don't know Ryan's digestive system, obviously, so I don't know how long you're going to be hurting.
My plan was to probably go to Kroger and get a laxative after I'm done.
Just go get some produce from Kroger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get some
Don't clean your
raspberries and
produce.
parsley.
Just
Yeah.
don't clean your produce and you'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be perfectly fine.
Awesome. Sweet. Yep.
By the way, without getting too gross, I first heard about that story while I was on the bathroom experiencing problems.
Oh no.
It was I don't think it was that because like it was fine the next day, but
Yeah.
it was like, are you literally listening to me right now?
Has the algorithm already caught me before?
Kalila came home the other day and I was eating a bowl of fruit, and she just stopped at the doorway and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Eating fruit." She was like, "Did you rinse that off?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I didn't." She was she's just like, "Do you want to be sick?" And I was like, "I could use a few days off."
There was one of the top comments was, I saw it through a video and the doctor was like, "Yeah, it could like lead to rapid weight loss." And the top comment was like, "What'd you say about like weight loss?" Like,
Yeah, the number of TikToks that I've seen where people are like, "Hey, I'm going to the store so I can start this 20, so I can lose these 20 pounds real quick."
All right. I have enough of a breath. This is probably going to be a long segment, so if I have 4 more reps of 16 ahead of me, I would like to get this going.
All right.
I'm definitely not doing the last box. Like I think if I get through 80, I'm gonna feel pretty accomplished.
You should.
Yeah, I know I'm falling short, and I know I had a lot of hubris, but you try eating 80 nuggets. I'm just saying. That's the royal you. The honey definitely has helped, though. It's just like I'm having to use like a whole packet for like 2 of them, like Miko said. What are we doing in the second segment? We're doing the NFC North stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tight ends, offensive line, defensive line.
All right.
And welcome back to the Pride of Detroit PODcast, segment 2 here, where we are jumping back into our NFC North rankings, specifically focusing this week on the tight end groups, the offensive line groups, and the defensive line for each of the 4 teams. Jeremy, I feel like we should probably just start with the tight ends. We finished off with wide receivers last week, so I feel like this is a nice little segue into a group that we even said last week that if we probably included tight ends, it probably would have adjusted some of our rankings. So why don't you kick us off for how you have the tight end groups ranked across the NFC North?
Sure. Let's go bottom to top here. And I'm curious, I think you guys are going to agree with me that the Vikings are last.
How many times have we said that? In all these positional groups.
The wide receivers, they were
I think
top or second, but everything else they've been at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's like we all agree the Vikings are bad, right?
And here's the thing, though. Their tight end room is not terrible. Like, TJ Hawkinson is a very good tight end, and he could very well, kind of remind people he's a good tight end because, remember, last year was the first year off the ACL. Wasn't a great year for him. But as we always say, as we just got done talking about with Alim McNeill, a year off that ACL, he could very much be in the conversation of a top 10 tight end. I know we want to pretend that he sucks now that he's not a Lion, and he said those mean things about Detroit when he left, but he's still capable, I think, of having a top 10 season. I still question him as a
especially
blocker.
with a better, with a better quarterback throwing to him.
Yes, and Josh Oliver is a very respectable tight end too. So they're not a bad group. They're just caught in a division of behemoth tight ends.
That was the point, right? It's it's probably pretty middle of the pack, right? Amongst tight ends, you think in the NFL?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I think I'd probably put the Vikings in the top half of the NFL. I'd have to look really strictly across the NFL, but I think
top
it wouldn't
10
be crazy
felt
to say.
a bold, top 10 felt bold to me, but I'm they're at least they're not schmucks.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Everyone else is a little bit closer though, and I have the Packers third, which is tough because I like Tucker Kraft a lot, and he might be tight end 2 in the division.
He might be the best tight end in the division.
He could. He's also coming off an ACL, so it might not be his best season ahead of him.
Agreed.
Musgrave is fine as a tight end 2, but I kind of put him on the same level as Brock Wright.
Yeah, maybe a slightly more souped up receiver.
Yes.
But I don't know about the blocking.
Right.
You know what I mean? That
yes.
might be more Brock Wright, but yeah. So they're kind of a wash, in your eyes?
In my eyes. And so
yeah.
I have the Lions second. I do.
Yeah.
And I love Sam Laporta. There are some reasonable questions about his back, although he's the fact that he already did walkthroughs in spring. I think the expectation is he'll be a full go day 1 of training camp. But, back injuries just don't disappear completely, and so there is at least a little bit of a concern that something happens again. I'm not that concerned about anything else about his game, though. I think he is one of the more well-rounded tight ends in football. Obviously, a phenomenal receiving threat, but I think his blocking was just kind of coming into before the back injury came to be. But the reason I have the Bears number 1 is I just think Colston Loveland could be a top 5 tight end this year. And I think Cole Kmet is maybe the best tight end in football. Plus, they just drafted a 3rd-round tight end that's probably going to get a significant amount of playing time to give them some 13 personnel looks. So you have a top 5 tight end. You maybe have the top tight end 2 in the NFL. Plus, you're going to be playing a lot of 13 personnel because you just invested in another day 2 tight end. I think the Bears have to have it.
Yeah, Ryan. For me, it's I agree with Jeremy in the sense that I think 2 through 4 are all very close, and depending on health of their tight end 1 could really change how you rank them all. But at least I'll start at 1 in that I also have the Bears number 1, and it is kind of what Jeremy said. It's a complete room. Colston Loveland is a very good tight end. I don't know if I necessarily agree just yet that I'm ready to put him in top 5. That he could potentially enter that conversation just yet. I would probably need to see another season from him to be able to feel like that. And even in that light, I would still probably ding him just a little bit in the sense that I probably would I don't know how well he is at blocking in comparison. I know he's a stellar receiver, but in terms of the whole completeness of the position, I don't know if I'm ready to have him that high just yet. But I'm in full agreement with you that Cole Kmet is arguably probably the best tight end 2 in football. Like it's something that I think if other teams were looking for a tight end 1, like Cole Kmet would probably be tight end 1 for other teams that don't have one. And then the fact that they added Sam Roush in the 3rd round of this past draft, um, is just again adding a lot of value and adding a lot of versatility to that offense. But going back down to 4, it's really tough between the Vikings and the Packers for me. And it's not because I think TJ Hawkinson and Tucker Kraft are that close talent wise, but it's just the simple fact that Tucker Kraft is coming off of his injury and TJ's a year removed from his. So kind of like you said, Jeremy, it's very possible that TJ Hawkinson has a much better season than he did a season ago, just because he's a year removed from his injury, and vice versa. Tucker Kraft could have a worse season this year just because he's still getting his footing. So those two are really tough. I am going to probably put Tucker Kraft at 4 just because I have a lot of I really liked TJ when he was here, and I probably, unlike other Lions fans, I still think he's a really good tight end. Like, he's still very capable of being a tight end, a top 10 tight end in this league when healthy. So again, it's very close, and I think it's just a matter of splitting hairs. But I think if they were both healthy, yes, Tucker Kraft over TJ Hawkinson, but because of the injuries, that's kind of why I have it in that order. And then at 2, it is the Lions. I think Sam probably is the one that I look at that where it's like, hey, if he's able to bounce back really well from this back injury, be healthy for the entirety of the season, he can probably propel himself back into that conversation of being one of the top 5 tight ends, because that's kind of where he was after his rookie year, after putting up such a fantastic rookie year. And like you said, Jeremy, as well, that I agree with, he's very well-rounded in terms of route running, blocking, doing all the things that the Lions ask him to do. Right now, though, Ryan, like, the big thing is just like, can he stay healthy long enough to like basically be as available as the team needs him to be?
Yeah, there's a lot to the rest of the way the NFC North shakes out, and I think Jeremy was at the point that you made that, there could be moving amongst these groups, right? Like, because I do think that when healthy, the tough thing about Sam Laporta right now is you think back to when the Lions lost him in that Commanders game last year, and it felt like it wasn't until almost like a month later it was like, the run game feels not as good. What's going on with the run game? Like, they haven't lost anyone along the offensive line, really. Like, they're like, why is the run game not as good? And it's like, oh yeah, Sam Laporta was having a really, really good season. Like, he was turning into such a well-rounded tight end that there's a reason why he was number 4 on the list, for ESPN.
The execs, yeah.
Yeah. He's highly respected. If he comes back from this back injury and he's healthy, I do feel pretty comfortable saying he's the best tight end in the NFC North, but I do think that the Bears have the best combo, so I have them at 1. But I don't think the Packers are like totally far behind. I have like the utmost respect for Tucker Kraft in his game, but like coming into this season, I do have the questions about how he'll be able to rebound. But I do think that Luke Musgrave, like looking at their team, he kind of just gets lost in the shuffle. Like, the Packers have all these other like weapons where it's like, oh, it's Dontavian Wicks, it's Jaden Reed, it's Christian Watson, it's Romeo Dobbs, it's Tucker Kraft, it's Josh Jacobs, it's their backup running back.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like all those guys get fed before Luke Musgrave, because like Luke Musgrave came in, had like a lot of promise, but like now it seems like there's so much emphasis on the wide receivers, and Tucker Kraft ended up being the better of the 2 guys. Like, it's pretty crazy they drafted them both in the same draft.
Right.
And yeah, I like if at the end of the season we look back and we're like, oh boy, we were wrong. Like, Tucker Kraft came back and he's absolutely an animal, and he is that good.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And he catches 90 passes. I also look at TJ Hawkinson's PFR page. That guy's 29 years old. How is he 29? He looks like he's 36.
Right. I wrote 29, still 29 somehow in my notes as well.
Just absolutely shocked. Like,
yeah.
But I think the point that Miko made is the most important. Like, the last time we saw TJ Hawkinson have like what was it? I think he caught, was it 90 passes in 2023. That was Kirk Cousins. And like, since then, like, it's been an injury, it's been a revolving door of quarterbacks. Like,
Yeah.
You go back and you think about TJ Hawkinson, it's like, oh yeah, he had Matthew Stafford and Kirk Cousins as like his quarterback for the better part of his career. Like,
and like what do young, inexperienced, poor quarterbacks struggle with?
Tight ends.
Taking what the defense is giving you.
Yes.
You want to force the ball downfield.
Functions as,
yes, exactly. I will say this with the Lions though too. Like, I feel like the addition of Tyler Conklin raises that floor a little bit, because the one thing we found out last year was once you start losing some of those tight ends, there's no one behind them. And I mean, obviously it didn't help when Brock Wright went down too, but like Brock Wright can't be a tight end one. I feel like I feel like you could use Tyler Conklin more in like an offensive weapon role if Sam Laporta doesn't last the entire season. And then you can keep Brock Wright as you're more like inline blocking tight end.
Yeah, I just feel like I would feel infinitely more comfortable with Brock Wright as tight end 3.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
like,
weird that you say that. Yeah. But that is like starting to be the feeling that I'm starting to have.
And it's not a knock against him necessarily. It's just like what you said, Jeremy, where it's like, if we are one Sam Laporta injury away from Brock Wright being tight end 1, it's like, oh, that's not good. Like they should do something.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I would probably feel that way. Like maybe if something, heaven forbid, happened to Sam Laporta or the back isn't right, like, you want to talk about the Lions being active on the trade market, there's always tight ends that are available. Like, I would be all in on like Brad Holmes, like not going crazy, but like if there's one out there that can be a tight end 1, I just don't think Brock Wright can do that. So like, look at the other NFC North teams. Like, you feel okay with the Bears if they go to Komet as being their tight end 1. And then they have Roush, who is a highly drafted guy. Josh Wiley with, or Josh Oliver.
Josh Oliver, yeah.
With Minnesota, like, kind of maybe like Brock Wright syndrome a little bit to an extent. Like, he's not necessarily a tight end 1, I don't think.
But he's a great blocker, right? So, like, it's also roles, right? Like, you'd prefer to have Brock Wright as a blocking role guy. And so that's why if Sam Laporta goes down, you want to put Tyler Conklin in that role. Whether you consider that tight end 2 or tight end 3, like, whatever. You're just messing around with titles here. But I think last year they didn't have a choice, right? Like, they just had to be like, well, you're the best option at anything we've got on this roster, so you are suddenly going to be Sam Laporta.
We're looking at you, Jackson Meeks.
Or
like...
really what they ended up doing is more like, Isaac Tisslaw, you're Sam Laporta now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. But, yeah, I don't know. That's it for tight ends, I think.
Yeah. Let's switch it over to offensive line, which I think this is going to be an interesting one, specifically probably at the top, because I think a season ago, this probably looked drastically different. I think there was a good conversation about whether or not the Lions should have been at 4. But Ryan, I'll start with you. How do you have the offensive line groups kind of ranked out?
I think it's kind of funny how we talked about the Penei Sewell stuff in the first segment, because it's like, I have an opinion, but like, I also don't have the most educated opinion on all of the starters, right? Like, every single snap, their strengths and weaknesses necessarily, but like, I think when you look at the offensive line stuff, like, you have to look in units. Like the Lions last year, they had Penei Sewell. We're talking about a guy who's being talked about as the best offensive tackle in football. Their offensive line wasn't very good last year. Mm-mm. Like, one guy does not make an offensive line. So I think that's so important to like what Detroit ends up doing. So like, I guess like looking at this in units, you can look at it by units, and I think looking top to bottom, like from left to right, I think I'd put the Packers last. Like, I think I have the Packers last. I have the Vikings third. I have the Bears second, and I have the Lions first, because I'm a homer. But I really do think that the reason why I give the nod to the Lions is that I think we saw enough last year with Tate Ratledge, and I know all that being said, like, Penei Sewell's not over there anymore, right? So there might be something to that. But I also think that there was enough like good stuff from Tate Ratledge that like he's not a Penei Sewell merchant. I don't think that Tate Ratledge is just going to fall off a cliff. So I think he's legitimately good, and I think that I believe in Blake Miller. Like, I think what this team has been able to do with offensive line in terms of like drafting. I mean, look at just the track record with like first round picks. We're talking about Penei Sewell. We're talking about hopefully now Blake Miller, but like Tate Ratledge was drafted high. And he's turned out to be worth something. I think that they're pretty good at evaluating offensive line talent. You know, they kept Jonah Jackson here beyond the, Patricia regime. So like, I think they make pretty good judgments with offensive linemen. I just have faith in them being the best group left to right, because I know it's funny, I just kind of rallied against this, but like Penei Sewell is the best offensive lineman in the division. That's why I have the Lions where I have them, because like I think you can look at each team's offensive line and you can poke a bigger weakness in. I think you can poke a bigger weakness at each of those other offensive lines than you can Detroit.
There are definitely holes across this division, right, Miko?
That's offensive line play, though, right?
Well, I was going to throw it to you anyway, Jeremy, because for those that aren't watching the live stream, I didn't like the face you made when Ryan said that Penei Sewell was the best offensive lineman in the division.
No. I don't have an argument. No. I don't know what face I was making. Maybe I'm just on the verge of passing out.
It's Mike Clay.
From 40 up downs.
I thought we were about to have a Jamison Williams moment over again. Like.
No. Well, people aren't going to like that. I do have the Lions offensive line third in the division.
Okay.
Let me start with the Packers in fourth, because what I find interesting about the Packers in fourth is they are the only team in the division that will have a completely continuous, full continuity from last year's offensive line. They are not changing a single person out. But also they were bad last year. They were real bad. Like 25th in PFF pass blocking, 20th in run blocking. For whatever reason, pass block win rate, to bring the conversation back to that, they were 6th, but run block win rate, they were 19th. They lost games because of their offensive line last year. Zach Tom is kind of the only guy, their right tackle, which
he's great.
This division was loaded at right tackles, but now Penei Sewell is a left tackle, so it's less loaded. But who knows? Blake Miller might be great. Anyways, they've got young guys that could develop and turn that offense. Like, that's what they're banking on, right? They're banking on last year's unit, not good, but they're going to get better. Jordan Morgan's in year 3. Anthony Belton's in year 2. Maybe there's a jump there, but I'm not as optimistic. I mean, that's just blind faith, kind of, right? But like you said, I think everyone has a little bit of blind faith. I'll skip over the Lions for now because we know who the Lions are. I have the Vikings second. They have the best offensive tackle combo in football. In in the division. Let me back that up a little. In the division, Christian Darrisaw, Brian O'Neill, both fantastic tackles. Darrisaw is going to be, they're hoping is going to be fully healthy. Plus, you got some young guys. Will Fries was like their huge free agent signing last year and was a pretty massive disappointment. I can't say for sure he's going to rebound, but like he has enough of a resume to believe that there's still good football left in him. So now we're talking about like 3 guys with a relative amount of trust in. Now, they lost Ryan Kelly, their center, another big splash move they made before too many concussions had to retire. And then you're hoping Donovan Jackson takes a year 2 jump. Kind of same thing. To me, that's fewer questions. Like, yes, you have a new center and a guy who's new to the center position. That's scary.
I don't know. That's a pretty big leap. Like,
yes, no doubt.
We experienced something way less bad than that last year, and it did not go well.
Yes, fair. Totally fair. I think the Lions are also going through a similar but not as drastic move at center. Like, not from last year to this year, but from 2 years ago. Like, Cade Mays, promising signs, but also still relatively new to the center position. I do have the Bears first, and I know everyone's screaming, well, they lost their center, they lost their left tackle. Their left tackle now is Braxton Jones, who's played plenty of left tackle for them. He had a 77.4 PFF rating in 2024, the last time he was a full-time starter. That is a good to excellent grade. Yes, their center position is a big question mark. Yes, I don't think going out and getting Garrett Bradbury is cauterizes the wound there. I think it's more like a Band-Aid. But at the same time, we just did our first bite on the Bears, and they also drafted a second-round center. Like, they have their veteran, and if it doesn't work out, they have their young up-and-comer. And so I think the Bears have the fewest amount of question marks. I think that's pretty much only at center. Like, I guess if you want to be like the Lions, like, well, Jonah Jackson isn't as good as he was last year. Maybe, maybe not. But it worked last year. It worked, yes, with it like a pretty darn good center, admittedly so. But let's not discount Joe Tooney, an all-pro guard. Let's not discount the fact that Jonah Jackson at one point was a Pro Bowl player. And they also have a fantastic right tackle. So, like, yes, they're going to be weak at center, but they're going to give that center about as good of a supporting cast as you could possibly give him. So I think the Bears just have the fewer question marks. I think you could make an argument that the Vikings and Lions are very, very close to each other, and if you want to swap them, that's fine. But I think the Bears are clearly the best. I think the Packers are clearly the worst.
Yeah, you talk about swapping the Lions and the Vikings, and that's exactly what I would do. I just don't know if I trust the Vikings offensive line unit. Like, I understand that you can point to a number of players, like, well, that's a good player. Like, Christian Darrisaw's really good. Brian O'Neill, very good. But it's just like they were really good they were expected to be really good last year, and that offensive line still felt like it just wasn't as good as it has been in past seasons. I don't have any qualms about the Packers in fourth, just because I do look at it as that is a group that is being heavily carried by Zach Tom, and the fact that there are so many other players that you're just like you were just kind of illustrating, Jeremy, like you're just kind of hoping a bunch of guys take a leap and that you just see some improvement. For me, like, it does get really tight though between like 1 through 3 when you talk about the Bears, the Lions, and the Vikings, just because it's very much like, okay, who answers their questions the best, right? Like, does Blake Miller for the Lions actually slide in at right tackle and provide a good steady presence there? Do we see Cade Mays actually fit into being starting center and not being overwhelmed by the role and the responsibility that's going to come with that? Can Christian Mahogany stay healthy? Like, those are a lot of questions, but it's a lot of things that I'm like willing to bank on that like will actually kind of cash it. The Bears, for the Bears, it's just like I just gotta like I for whatever reason in my core feel like the Bears are going to take a step back in so many areas from last year. And it wouldn't surprise me if it starts with their offensive line just not being as good as they were last season.
I think what's really important for the Bears offensive line is that they need to be as effective as they were on the ground as they were a year ago. And you look at at least the PFF run blocking grades, like Drew Dahlman was their second best run blocker. Trapillo was their fourth best run blocker. So, I mean, like, it's not like you lost like the weak link or anything, you lost. No. You lost number 2, and I just replacing that center position, like, just it keeps me up at night now. Like, it's the one position.
Scars.
But and it wasn't just Ragnow not being there last year. It was when Ragnow missed time in previous years.
Sure.
In that 2023 season when they lost to the Bears, when they went into Chicago, they didn't have Frank Ragnow, and that was the game where I was like, Lions aren't going anywhere. This isn't going to work. Like, if they're one Frank Ragnow injury away from their offense looking like that, that's a problem. It's just such an important position. And I think that's why it was so great that the Lions did what they did. And I know that Cade Mays doesn't have like the most experience, but he at least has some. And that has me trade off with the team that's just trying a new guy out.
Yep.
And Penei Sewell. Whatever. I don't care. Penei Sewell.
I also want to say though, like, the one thing that like I also am banking on with the Lions, that's more so like this is more so scheme specific than it is maybe necessarily personnel. Like, I just expect them to be so much better running the football this year. Like, I for whatever reason is maybe it is just a level of like hope.
But Petzing and Hank Fraley.
Yeah, like, I just think that they're going to be on such a good, like, be on the same page in so many things that they want to do. And the drafting of Blake Miller, and I think year 2 of Tate Ratledge, and again, hopefully a healthy season for Christian Mahogany, like, that I think that they'll at least be able to do that aspect of this offense at the level we expect them to. I will fully admit that, like, yeah, maybe there's going to be some questions in terms of like what does like the passing game look like, but I just feel like they can get the running game back on schedule.
My counter to that would be, I think in terms of offensive coaching, the Lions might be last in the division in terms of like coordinator or In the Bears' case, Ben Johnson.
Kevin O'Connell, Ben Johnson, Matt LaFleur.
Right. And so if you're going to give the Lions credit to coach up this unit, you kind of have to give it to everybody else too, don't you? And
I mean, if you hate bald boys.
and beyond that too, like, let me ask you this. How many positions on the Lions offensive line are you confident in going into 2026? Two?
Can I hold on? No. Can I count two halves as one?
No.
I was gonna say three. I was gonna say 3 out of 5, but I was counting like I half believe in, like, not that I half believe, but like between Blake Miller and Cade Mays, I think one of those is gonna work out.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I would say 3 as well.
I think 3 is optimistic. Because you're
Honestly,
talking about
if I'm being honest, it is 4. The only one that I seriously have a question about, I'm gonna be honest. The only one that I have a legitimate question on is Christian Mahogany.
Really?
That is the person that I look at in that group, and it's just like Christian Mahogany went into last offseason basically unchallenged at left guard.
He gets to play next to Penei Sewell this year, though.
No, for sure. But
like, I think that's going to help a lot. Like, if I'm being, and also just being healthy is going to help too. Like,
I think having the most skepticism in the left guard position is fair, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that, like, if we were tiering it, yes. Because I think that it's not far behind to be like, I know Jeremy, and I'm not trying to call you out, but like, I know that you're skeptical of like, if Cade Mays will pan out. Like,
and listen, like, it's not meant to be like a shot at Cade Mays. I just like this
No, I
belief
don't
that
think
he
it
is
is.
such a clear upgrade for Graham Glasgow, I think is a point just of like, oh, this is the move my team made. This is the free agent we signed. This is the guy we're going to believe in. I don't know if there's a lot of conclusive evidence out there that Cade Mays is such a drastic upgrade from Graham Glasgow. Particularly, the thing that they missed Frank the most was the mental part of the game, right?
yeah.
That I don't know if
Does
Cade Mays can offer that with as little experience as he has.
Do you give like any credit to the fact that like he actually wants to play the position and the other guy like was really kind of like, I would rather be playing right guard than playing center? Like, I'm not saying that Graham Glasgow like phoned in anything. I'm just simply saying like somebody that is like actually like, hey, this is the role that I actually like want to play and that I expect to excel in, versus like someone that has to do it reluctantly and like is still going to go out there and do his best. But like, it's not lost on me that like it was very well known Graham Glasgow does not want to play center. He does not want to play left guard. He wants to play right guard.
He definitely wanted to play left guard or right guard. He definitely did not want to play left guard. I think he was fine playing center.
He definitely in his career excelled playing right guard.
Yeah.
Like, that was the spot for Graham. So like, I think the thing that is, I think it's easier stated that while it might not be a slam dunk that Cade Mays is like a better football player than Graham Glasgow, like they're just in like roles that they shouldn't be in. Like for Graham, at least, like, I think that like he may not be a better football player than Graham, because Graham was a really good right guard. He was awesome in 2023. Like, he was very, very important to that football team. But I think when you move him at center, I think that Cade Mays is an improvement at center. I don't know if he's an improvement at being a football, but at being a football player.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Graham,
Sure.
hell of a football. That's what I'm trying to like get rid of the position and just talk about talent.
It's fine.
I think that's hard. So like, I understand the skepticism of like, at least like saying like Cade Mays, is he as good of a football player? I don't know, but like, I think that there's enough to maybe suggest that he might be better at center than Graham Glasgow is at center.
Maybe.
Do you have more faith in Blake? Do you have more faith in Blake Miller or Cade Mays?
Blake Miller. But not a ton. Like, right tackle is going to be a hard position for him rookie season. Like, to expect him to hit the ground running, I don't care how many starts he had in college, he's going to be going against like a murderer's row of the best pass rushers in football. Like, that's a tough rookie position.
It's funny to think about how spoiled we've been, right? Because it was like, the Lions, they just draft a tackle, right? They just draft Taylor Decker and everything's good. Oh, they just draft Penei Sewell and everything's fine. Like, You don't just draft tackles and like have them seamlessly like come in, right? Like the
Right,
Lions drafted Riley Reef. Like, of course
Right.
he's going to be. Yeah, they're always good.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers.
I know we
guys
don't
for
have this
shirtless.
listed. I know we don't have this listed, but I do want to at least ask the question in terms of like, how does having maybe some better depth for the Lions in terms of like Larry Borum maybe swing things for you? Because obviously then we have to go to like whoever
It
it
helps.
is
Yeah.
offensive tackle too for these other teams as well. But like
that was a floor that needed raising for years in Detroit, right? Like, all due respect to Dan
knock on
Skipper.
Yeah. Nothing bad to say about
Like,
Dan Skipper.
We all saw the writing on the wall if Gio had to step in cases he did have to step in, and like he battled, but it just is not something you want to entrust to a position as important as offensive tackle. So yeah, like, I don't know how much it changes my overall ranking, because in general I just kind of stuck to the starting 5, but in terms of my overall confidence in the Lions and their offensive line and being able to endure some injuries, which they've actually been pretty lucky on the last few years, like, it's better. And it's better on the interior too. Like a guy like Ben Barch, I feel a lot more confident than a guy like Michael Neese or Coyote Awashika, right? Like, I think they upgraded their depth kind of across the board, even Juice Scruggs, right? I do feel better about the Lions' depth than I probably have in years when it comes to the offensive line specifically.
okay, yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there because like you said, obviously we did focus primarily on the starting lineup, but like I do feel like the Lions, the moves that they've made to improve the depth of that group is another thing that I think probably for me raises them up a ranking or two, just because of like that depth at specifically with those 3 guys that you mentioned, Borum, Scruggs, and Barch.
Totally.
Let's jump over to the defensive side and talk about the defensive line groups. This one I am very interesting to seeing like how far apart you guys feel like everything is versus like how close maybe certain teams are. But Jeremy, how about you kick us off with defensive line?
Hopefully people haven't turned off the episode, because I'm going to totally redeem myself here. First of all, I was kind of shocked doing this endeavor, because I'll be honest, I did not come in thinking I was going to have the Lions number 1, but I do have the Lions number 1. It was also very eye-opening having First Bite last week with Jeff Berkus, and he basically straight up told us that the Bears' defensive line is Garbo, and so I have them last. Montez Sweat is kind of the only dude in that room. He had 10 sacks last year, so I don't want to like downplay how good of a player he is, but is he a top 10 defensive end? No, I don't think so. Is he a top 20?
Remember the stat you talked about with Jeff, right? If you thought the Lions were slow to pressure.
Yes, right. They were 32nd in time to pressure last year. They were 31st in pass rush win rate, according to ESPN. The run defense was bad as well, 21st in PFF grade, 26th in run stop win rate. They didn't get better this offseason. In fact, you could argue they got worse, because Dayo Odeyingbo suffered an Achilles in week 9, so he's not going to be the same this year if he plays at all. They added Grady Jarrett, who's 33 years old. Good luck with that. Gervon Dexter is a guy that I like and can provide some pass rush, but not a good run defender. Like, that is a bad Bears defensive line. In fact, even if we were to throw linebackers in here, I don't think it would help their case at all. I think they're clear last in the division. But also the Vikings without Jonathan Grenard are not that far off from them either. Because I love Andrew Van Ginkel. And yes, don't get me wrong, like, fantastic player. You could also argue he's a linebacker, but in this case, because he has 18.5 sacks, he's an edge rusher. I'm going to throw him in the defensive line. 18.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, 16 passes defended, 32 QB hits. Like, he is a game record. Don't get me wrong. I think he is the 3rd best edge in this division, and I think you can guess who 1 and 2 are. But I don't like anyone else on that team. Like, they're relying on Dallas Turner to take a big year in year 3. Did have 8 sacks quietly last year, but I think the down-to-down efficiency hasn't been there. They did invest in the future with Caleb Banks in the first round, with Dominique Orange in the second round. So, like, they at least recognize that it's not good now, but I don't think that those additions are going to raise the floor that much this year. Jalen Redmond's good. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a good player.
I think he's going to be. He might be like the sneaky candidate for best interior guy.
Yeah. But I think so. You have Van Ginkel, you have Jalen Redmond, and then you have a bunch of questions, in my opinion. Do you want to jump in before we jump to the Packers and the Lions? Any of you guys?
No, makes sense to me so far.
I don't have any qualms about 4 and 3.
Okay. So I do have the Packers at 2. A lot of that is presumably no Parsons for half the season, and who knows what it'll look like when he comes back. I because he's like a freak athlete and stuff, I think he could have a good year off an ACL where it's relatively uncommon.
Yeah. Like he might just be like Adrian Peterson, where it's like an ACL, whatever. Who cares?
Right.
Doesn't matter.
And honestly, like, I don't know what else they have there, though. Like, Devontae White's pretty good, but good interior or pass rusher, not a good run defender. Lucas Van Ness, not enough tape out there. Like, a lot of injuries he's dealt with. I don't know if he's ever going to turn the corner in the way that will live up to his draft building. Hargrave was an interesting addition going from the Vikings to the Packers, but at the same time, he's 33, also not a good run defender.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you about. Like, with the Packers, it's just them saying, we believe in Lucas Van Ness. Like, we want to give him the opportunities that Rashawn Gary was getting, because the Rashawn Gary ship has sailed in Green Bay. So it's like, we drafted Lucas Van Ness in the first round, top half of the first round. Like, it's just time for him to like be that guy for us. So like, maybe with more opportunities, they see a path for him being that guy. But yeah, I mean, if Micah Parsons was healthy though, guys, like the Packers
I was gonna
add one, right?
Well,
no,
I was gonna ask, like, how much is Micah Parsons like carrying them to 2? Because like and just listening to Jeremy talk, I almost feel like you made more of a case for the Vikings to be at 2 than the Packers.
It's close.
Micah Parsons is like, you would put Micah Parsons ahead of Aiden Hutchinson though, right?
Yes.
Are we having the Jahmyr Gibbs conversation again, where it's like one guy just elevates the entire position group?
Like, he makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Like a massive difference.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
Like, for example, like the Vikings losing Jonathan Grenard. Not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. That's bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's very bad for them, especially since they watched Daniil Hunter go away and now he's wrecking shop in Houston.
Right.
Like, I don't know how many defensive ends they want to churn through because they believe in Dallas Turner. Like, that's just going to be. I mean, I remember talking to Arif Jeremy and like not sounding like super optimistic about like what was going on with him and his development, but clearly the Vikings were in a spot where they had to do something like that, and that's why I think just having that player at a premium is why the Lions and the Packers are 1 and 2, right? Like they're 1 and 2 because it's Aiden Hutchinson. It's like, think about the pass rushers in this. Like, in this division, like, is there anybody even sniffing those 2 guys? We're talking about 2 top 5 guys.
No. Van Ginkel is the closest, I think.
I was going to say, yeah, Van Ginkel's probably the closest.
Right, and we just, I agree with Jeremy, but it's like, he's also kind of a linebacker.
Right.
Like,
and I don't want to say, like, he's a system pass rusher, but, like, it's a very symbiotic relationship between him and Brian Flores, where, like, Flores is absolutely getting the best out of Van Ginkel. And Van Ginkel is like the perfect weapon for what Brian Flores wants to do.
Yeah.
Movable piece, right? So he can just disguise a bunch of stuff. And he's incredible. He's awesome football player, but like taking Aiden Hutchinson over Andrew Van Ginkel. I'm taking Micah Parsons over Andrew Van Ginkel. Like, not even thinking twice about it.
Yep.
So I guess like the one thing though that I guess maybe I could use a little more clarity on there, Ryan, like, do you feel like Micah Parsons is that much of a plus multiplier for the Packers than what Aiden is for the Lions? Because I feel like they're very similar in that regard. While like I will agree with you that I think Micah Parsons is probably a better pass rusher for sure than Aiden Hutchinson, I do feel like they both add the same level of impact to their defenses.
I don't think that the Lions, their time to pressure, like, could get better unless they do something different schematically. Like, I think, like, it just takes a while for Aiden Hutchinson to get to the quarterback. And, like, that's not, like, a knock on him, but, like, that's just – I feel like I've always just trumped that, like, he's a guy who, like, cares a lot. Like, his motor is second to none. Like, I would put his motor up against anybody. Like, that's That's his best trait.
Mhm.
But like Micah Parsons gets to the quarterback and it's scary how he does it. There isn't that part to Aiden's game that I think that becomes Micah Parsons like game wrecker thing. Like that's why Will Anderson is a game wrecker.
Sure.
Aiden Hutchinson's awesome, but like I think that there is still just like the ceiling to his game where it's like, yeah, he can get after the quarterback, but like, is he Myles Garrett? No. Is he Micah Parsons? No. But like, that's not necessarily a knock on Aiden. It's just like he doesn't have that extra souped up part of his game. Really good run defender.
Mhm. Well, and I think that's where things kind of separate. That's why I specifically worded it the way I did when I was like, I think Micah Parsons is a better pass rusher. I still think Aiden's the better run defender though between the two of them, and I think that combined with his pass rushing ability, like I think an argument could be made that Aiden is a better edge than Micah Parsons just because he does both things well.
I think teams are double teaming Micah Parsons on literally every single snap. I don't know if you're always double teaming Aiden Hutchinson, depending on the matchup.
You're getting a lot of chips. Like if you include chips
I was gonna
and things
say.
like that, like it's
Sure.
it's pretty close. But
Yeah,
like
I mean-
I certainly, to me, I think
You're putting
think
a
you have
tight
to-
end on the side of Micah Parsons.
yes, and it happens with him more than anyone else, where it's like it then becomes a little bit of a chess match, right? Where like you motion the tight end to his side, and then he motions to the other side, and like you're literally just following each other in a cat and mouse game. You don't really see that with Aiden Hutchinson, but like that just might be a hey, Kelvin Shepherd, get more creative thing.
That's why I'm talking about like schematically, like try
Yeah.
some different things, except what you did week 1 against the Packers.
I want to say
So-
this too about the defensive line really quick. I don't think, because we haven't really talked about the Lions outside of Aiden Hutchinson here. I think the Lions are in the best spot to be both a good pass rushing and run defending team. I think the only team that has potential to do both those things well, and potential, like I'm not saying that the Lions are going to be a great pass rushing team and a great run blocking team, but I think they have the personnel that if they play to their best could do it. I think the Vikings are actually the only other team that could do it. Because
I kind of agree with that. Yeah,
like they
With what
just
have along
invested
the
in two
interior.
320-pound defensive linemen. You have Jalen Redmond who can do a little bit of both on the interior, and then you have Van Ginkel who can pass rush from the outside. So like it almost makes me, well, I do have the Vikings second, so like I think it rationalizes keeping them second, rationalizes keep the Lions first, because again, like you have a first round pick on the interior in Tyleik Williams. You have Alim McNeill, who you believe is around a top 10 talent at defensive tackle. You invested a second round pick in a pass rusher. You invested free agency in a guy who's had 8 sacks multiple times in a season. And then obviously you have Aiden Hutchinson. So like, to me, the pieces are in place. Not only are the pieces are in place, but I think like those guys are all at the point in their careers, except for maybe Derek Moore, where they should be producing this season. Alim should be producing this season. Tyleik should take a step this season. Aiden is still in the prime of his career. Wanham is still in the prime of his career. Like, there are enough pieces there that it doesn't require, like I think on the offensive line, like this guy has to play his best season. This guy has to play his best season. This guy has no. Like if these guys play at the level that we've become accustomed to seeing them, I think the Lions can do both run blocking and pass rushing at a pretty high level.
I think my only question marks with the Lions run defense is at the next level, like at the linebacker level. I think
Sure.
those are where my questions are. And like I don't have big question marks, but losing Alex Anzalone isn't nothing when it comes to run defense, right? So I think there are good points that are made. It's just like Tyleik Williams has to have that second year jump. He's an important player for them. He needs to play a lot of snaps.
Yeah.
He
The
needs to
depth
play
is
a lot
concerning
more
on the
snaps.
interior too, right? Because if he gets injured,
Yeah.
then it's like Levi?
Well, it's funny that like because the way that you have this listed out, like you have Wanham/Moore in our notes. I almost feel like you could probably do the same thing though with Tyleik and Levi, where it's like Tyleik/Levi, because how much is Tyleik going to only be playing on early downs versus pass rushing downs? Like a lot of those types of things start to kind of factor into what is Kelvin Shepherd going to do with this defensive line group. But I don't think that takes away from your overall point, which is that like if everyone of that group plays to what we are capable of doing, Levi included, like this is a really good defensive front. It just comes back to again what Ryan said earlier. How are they schemed up? because it definitely can't be what you did last year. Like that part of the playbook has to be thrown out in some capacity.
Can the Lions get their 4 best pass rushers along the defensive line like out on the field at the same time? Like if you go left to right?
Who
Like,
are
do you
they?
feel like
Are you asking me who they are? Or
Yeah,
who do you
I'm
think they are?
asking you who you think like their top 4 are. Like Aiden is Alim second? Or DJ Wanham?
Yeah, one of those two. I mean, you probably want both of them out. You probably... Is Levi the fourth?
So I guess you could do that
Yeah,
in a pass
yeah,
rushing
because
situation.
I think it would be, yeah, it would be Aiden, Alim, Levi,
and Wanham.
and then either I mean Wanham until Moore maybe proves that he's a better pass rusher. But yeah,
And I mean, you could probably work in some matchups too where you kick Wanham inside and Levi
True.
can play outside a little bit too. So
Yep.
I would just really like it if we answer that question and we could say like Tyreek Williams. And that's like
Right.
pie in the sky. That's pie in the sky, right? But that was part of like what really sold everybody on the draft pick. It was like,
Right.
oh, there's all this untapped potential with him as a pass rusher. I'd like to see that.
Is
year
it,
two.
though?
That'd be awesome.
because like I always I don't know. I guess I always thought like if Tyreek got there, then yes. But like if Tyreek was just a stellar like run defender, and you have to like rotate him out on pass rush downs, like that's still a good pick for where he was picked. Like he was bottom of the first round.
There's also kind of a ceiling to that though, too, right? Like a run stuffer, like a guy who's only going to pretty much play on first and second down. Like
I mean,
it's not terrible value, but like it's also like where's the potential?
sure. I just mean in the sense of like I don't know if he has to make that jump in year 2.
Oh, I'm not
Right,
saying
like,
he has to. I'm just saying it would be like a really cool thing if he was one of their best pass rushers. Like
By the
hey,
end
we
of the
need to
year.
get a stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
needs to
I
be on the
guess,
field.
yeah,
We need to find a way to put him on the field, kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess I'm at the point where it's like similar to you, where it's like, hey, like Tyreek needs to be on the field, but it's very much like Tyreek needs to be on the field and making plays specifically on first and second down. Anything that you get after that is a nice bonus, but he has to be the Robin to Alim's Batman in when it comes to run stuffing.
I agree.
Yep.
Awesome, guys. Well, we got through everything. Ryan, stop eating nuggets at this point. I don't know if have you officially waved the white flag, or are you going to try and power through?
I might
Post
do
show.
some. I might do some after the show. So that's why if you're listening to the podcast, you should check us out when we're live.
Exactly,
could-
right? All you got to do
yeah.
is go over to YouTube, youtube.com/PrideDetroit or twitch.tv/PrideDetroit, and you would have been able to watch all of this. You can also go to either one of those platforms after this podcast and watch both of these guys, cash in both of their challenges in terms of
Cheat
Jeremy
death.
doing up downs. I was like, Jeremy, that's essentially what it feels like Jeremy's doing. Jeremy still has 64 up downs to do. So he's definitely gonna be doing those post show. But outside of that, if you guys are looking for any more additional Lions content, you can always find that over on the Pride of Detroit website. We have new articles coming out each and every week. Also, a quick update on our review total, because we've been trying to get up to 1,000 reviews over on Apple Podcasts. We are currently at 978. That is up 3 from the last podcast that we did. No new reviews to read, but if you go out there and you leave a review and you want us to read it, all you got to do is leave that in as part of your review, and then we will make sure to read it on the next podcast. I don't know, Jeremy, any other news or updates that the people need to be aware of?
If you're looking for the mailbag this week, you're going to have to be a Pride of Detroit Direct subscriber to get it. Eric and I are planning to record Tuesday morning. Probably going to be like a 4-hour episode. So if you're looking for that, become a subscriber. You can send us questions. We try to answer a question from every single person who submits at least one. So that's going to be fun and good content we're only like 2 weeks away from training camp here. So things are heating up.
I was going to say, in addition to heating up, Morgan and I are actually starting to roll out more content on the YouTube channel, trying to get ourselves ready for the regular season, right? Like the Lions aren't the only ones who have to get kind of ramped up. So we're going to start trying to pump out a video every week. So definitely go over to the YouTube channel. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That's going to make it easier for you to be notified when a new video is available. But with all of that said, guys, I'm Miko. He's Jeremy. He's Ryan. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch and listen. And we'll see you in the next one.
Okay. I am not looking forward to the next, what I presume to be probably hour.
Hi, dude.
Thanks for the reassurance, guys. Appreciate it.
75 nuggets will do something to you. I'll tell you that much. It changes a man.
What physiological feelings are you feeling right now?
Malaise, like a want to do nothing. Death doesn't sound awful right now.
Okay, that's
No, yeah, I'd be welcome to a parasite. A parasite would be,
oh yeah.
I'd be a fan of that. It's just a lot of food. It's just a lot of food.
No man
The meat sweats.
supposed to eat that much.
At least in your case, like you really can't blame Jared Goff. Like I can't really blame JMO. Like as much as I am like a little annoyed that that the majority of his touchdowns came in 1 month.
Yeah.
Like
Well, a good chunk of Jared Goff's came in November, right? Like that was probably his best month statistically. I don't know.
I think he had like 30. He had 30 plus touchdowns, right?
Yeah. So if he had touchdowns. He had 34. So like almost a third of them happened in 5 weeks.
I mean, that's not terrible though, right? Because I mean, he still spread out the rest over the rest of the season.
Yeah, he had.
But I'm sure, like, I don't know how many of those touchdowns he threw where like you were sitting there like, oh, that could be a Jahmyr Gibbs run, and then it turned out to be like a shuffle pass or something.
He had, well, then also like just points like he had 2 against Minnesota, 3 against Washington. He had 1 to JMO against Philly. You remember that touchdown?
Yep.
He had 2 in the Giants game, and then he had 2 on Thanksgiving. So like, he only had 1 bad game where he still had a touchdown. Like he couldn't have had like a bad game where he like didn't have any touchdowns, but the Lions had like 4 rushing touchdowns. That'd have been cool.
Well, that was the thing. Like, so that's what for me was so weird when you were like, "Oh, I'm going Jared Goff touchdown," because it's like, I don't know if there's a week that he's like. I almost felt like for sure, like you were at least locked in at a minimum to 50, which obviously you ate, but like,
Yeah,
it just felt like. It just felt like that was still like a horrible place to start.
You thought they were still the 2024 team where they're rushing for 50 touchdowns a year.
Yeah, couldn't if he could have 8 touchdowns and you'd have been like, okay, that's not a bad month for Jared Goff. And I would have nearly hit it. Do your up downs.
I would have. I
Stop
felt the same
talking.
way about JMO getting 5 touchdowns, where it's like if he had just gotten 3, I think we all would have been like, great, 3 touchdowns, 3 miles. 5 just felt like a personal attack.
DC Smithers, it's a calf compression sleeve because I've been having calf problems. Karen, you're looking at my legs because I'm about to do up downs 37 through 50-ish. What am I trying to hit? I'm trying to hit 16 per, right?
Yeah.
4 more times? Great.
Yeah. Good luck. He had.
Guys, I'm trying to figure out if I want.
Jared Goff had 9. You can have some nuggets if you want some nuggets, Miko.
Like, I kind of want some chicken. I'm trying to figure out what I want to order from Art and Jake's.
All right, here we go.
Let's see it.
Hold on. I jacked the bed. Hold on. We got to make more room.
I'm so glad I had
All right,
Twitch
here we go.
up because like I heard
Take
it but didn't see it, and then I looked over to Twitch and saw it.
So you got to stay up, buddy.
Oh,
No,
man.
no. Go that way. Go. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12.
He's come hell or high water. He's getting 16.
He's got to.
Oh, okay, we're keeping it 14.
Oh, come on, Jeremy. 2 more.
Halfway point, baby. All right. I should change the camera before I sit here.
Before we get demonetized.
Dude, it's not just 25 more. It's 25 after having 75. Like, I feel like it feels like my blood's moving slow.
Mm-hmm.
How's the form looking, fellas? Great.
During the start, it was looking good. it got rocky near the end.
Yeah. I know. Kind of hurt the knee, too, sometimes having to come up on that at the end. You're muted, or Ryan, whatever your name is.
Oh, I was going to say, Tin Man, need a little oil.
A little bit.
No. Also, the chat was just like, 25 more nuggets, you can do it. I'm like, 25 nuggets after 75 is different.
Yeah.
Do you think if you had had more honey that you could have done it?
I have another package of honey, and I'm just like, my like 3 nuggets of nostalgia right there was enough. Like, that was like a Happy Meal size of nuggets for me to walk down memory lane.
Did you open all the other sauces, or did you just do the honey mustard and the honey?
I did 1 honey mustard and 1 honey. I have the rest of all of these sauces.
I was pretty confident. I thought you would at least probably cracked open the sweet and sour. I was pretty confident you weren't going to open that buffalo. Like, the fact, once you started and you didn't start with that one, I was like, there's no way he's going to.
Yeah. 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 I should have done more research. Jeremy, you're halfway.
Exactly.
You're not finishing this tonight, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I guess the question I have for Ryan is, like, how long would you have to sit here before you could actually start eating again?
It's got to be so hard to judge in the moment, right?
Yeah, like, could I become, like, grossly uncomfortable and, like, will myself another, like, 15 nuggets? Probably.
Oh my God, he admitted it.
Sorry, I got to marry my mother-in-law now.
Ryan not willing to give 100% to chat. That's what I just heard.
Are your glasses fogging up?
Yeah.
Or is that
They
glare?
sure are. Right there.
Are you sweating?
Yeah. Am I sweating?
Ryan, did you start sweating at any point while you were eating nuggets?
Did I get the mixed sweats?
Yeah.
Mixed sweats. I love it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. 75, man, that's not bad. Maybe I can get to 80.
My bad.
Let's get the sweet and sour open. No, you know what? Let's do the spicy buffalo. Let's do the spicy buffalo. Let's do the. You know what? I'm ready. I can enjoy some nuggets right now.
Oh boy,
you know
here
what?
we go.
Here we go. Let's go. We're gonna go sweet and sour, and we're gonna do the spicy buffalo into the sweet and sour, just like that.
So
All
I've
you,
never
all
done
you need's
that.
a layer. All you need's a layer.
I've never
use the
done
whole
that
cup.
with McDonald's sauces.
We're pinning you.
I
for
do that
this.
all the time though with like Chick-fil-A sauces. Like the Polynesian with their buffalo sauce.
Oh, okay.
That's a nice combo.
This is 76?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as much as like Ryan and I are both saying that we don't want to do something food related, if we do this again. Like, I feel like every year somebody has to do something food related though. Like now.
It's true. 78. We call that the Blake Miller. Or is he 76? I think he's 78.
I think he's 76 because I think someone else took 78.
Did Larry Borum take 78?
Maybe.
No, I think it was somebody else. I feel like it was somebody else because I remember not
Oh,
being happy
Levi?
about it.
I don't remember. I can't remember
gotta look
anything
it
right
up
now.
now.
I can barely see through my glasses.
The irrational confidence in this buffalo sauce was like, at first it kind of sucked, but now it's good.
That is 79 right there. 80 is a pretty big accomplishment. Just going to throw that out there.
Oh, Ben Barch is 78.
Ben Bart, give me that number.
That's what I said when the Lions released numbers. I was pissed.
80.
Oh, I thought that was 79.
No, I grabbed another one quick. All right, let's keep going. What do you got? What do you got? What do you have in you, you know?
I want to
What
see
are
you
you
guys
made of?
succeed. I want to see you guys win.
Man, I really want to start playing like 80s montage music right
Dude,
now.
that would help so much.
You're the best around.
Yeah.
Just like a Rocky theme right now.
You know what has sucked though? There's been at least a handful of nuggets where I'm like, oh, cool. That's like a huge piece of gristle. Like, I got to take that out of my mouth.
Ooh, yeah.
And I feel like what I normally get McNuggets, I don't get that. But because I'm sourcing 100 nuggets, there's bound to be some gristle. You know, I'm usually buying them by the 6.
Yeah, true.
Or the
That was
10.
the thing we didn't ask you. What did they say when you picked up the nuggets?
You know, I was like super self-conscious about it the entire time, so I made sure to not make any mention of it whatsoever. Like, I ordered it
Drive-thru?
on the app.
Okay,
Yes,
good. On the app.
app, drive-through.
But you didn't have to say to the drive-thru 100 McNuggets, please.
No, I said my pickup code, like GO65. They're like, all right, yeah, go ahead, pull around. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to stay.
I
I wanted to stay there to see if anyone had a hot mic, and they're like, here comes oh,
I guess that nugget order was real.
yeah, here comes 100 nugget guy.
Did you see it show up on the screen?
Yeah, it did. It does pull up on the screen.
You missed an opportunity to screenshot it. But
Yeah, to take a picture of that. Because, oh, man.
just Ryan M, 100 nuggets. Are you willing to tell us how much it cost?
Do you want to know? So the McDonald's app does have a 20% off coupon.
For what? For anything?
Any order over $20.
Yeah, I think mine might be 12.
Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
they might have lowered it.
But mine is any order over 12 up to $10 off.
Okay.
I got $8 off, so I stretched it. It was $28. This is surprisingly a lot of this is a lot of food for $28.
I was going to say, that's not bad.
I mean, it is an $8 discount, so like
Yeah.
$36. You're not buying it in the app.
For like a kid's party, where you're just like, hey, I want to bring 100 nuggets.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
5 hot and readies or 100 McNuggets.
Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. A little more spicy buffalo, huh?
We're getting dangerously close to knocking out what, half of your last box? Or did you just crack the
No, yeah, I'm
last
just
box?
I'm just into the last box. I need to go get more water for sure.
All right. I can do some up downs while you get some water.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick lap too. I need to take a quick lap.
You have to tell us if you throw up.
Yes.
Where's the nearest bathroom? How many steps? I assume you know by now.
No, I don't know. I don't know how many.
All right.
All right.
No, Ryan is using, I think the sauce he was dipping was sweet and sour with like buffalo sauce added to it.
All right.
Or he might have switched over to straight buffalo.
God, why do I feel like the target is just 10 right now? I have to do 10 5 times, though. Or do I just have to do as many as Brian does nuggets?
I think you should be trying to do as many as you can do so that you can not make this pain linger any longer than it should.
That's fair. That is a fair answer.
Because you're at 50. So, I mean,
True.
yeah, you could either do 5 sets of 10 or...
That seems like it's going to take forever, though, because it's like, I need 5 minutes between reps. Is that weird?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you could bounce back, like, after 30 seconds...
No.
Or even a minute and knock out another 10?
Captain James Kirk's 10 sets of 5 feels like the most reasonable to me right now. Which is probably...
I mean,
I could do...
Could you do that after, like, a couple seconds?
Maybe. Maybe that's the play. Let's see how that works. 2 sets of 25 is not going to cut it. I should also thank our subscribers real quick. Healthy Sweater, thank you for the 56 months. Matt McNeil, thank you for subbing on YouTube. Laser Mouse, thank you for the 32 months, if I didn't thank you before. McVeigh Rob, 39 months, says the boys are sweaty for different reasons. Lord Goofa, 49 months, says I expect a memorial plaque for next month's sub. 50. Captain James Kirk, 25 bits, says week 5 of me asking for a Miko emote. And Captain James Kirk, 59 months, says my Tahir Whitehead anniversary. Looking forward to the POD mailbag this week. Coming Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday morning. This is the exact right camera angle, Laser Mouse. Wait, you want me to get down here? All right, let's...
50 sets of 1.
I'm going to try 1 set of 10 here. See how that feels. And if that feels like my absolute limit, then maybe we do 8 sets of 5 after that. All right. Let's do 10.
Boulder Detroit line, that's at least what I've learned, is that I set the best goal for this. Or the best stipulation for this. Because
4.
I definitely wasn't going to do up downs.
6. 7. 8. 9. Oh, God. All right, we're doing 5ers.
Yeah. 5 looks strong. Like, I think you can knock out 5.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
With taking like a minute break just to like catch your breath.
Let's do one of these. That way you guys can see me. This doesn't look flattering either, to be honest. Maybe this. But 8 more sets? God, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but like I don't know, like you start out so strong. It's literally like I think I think because it's such a small number, like you should be able to like hit those pretty quickly.
It's probably fair. That's why you don't see people doing sets of 40 push-ups in the gym.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't know, I don't go to the gym. If you guys couldn't tell. Whew. Is this entertaining for anybody to watch? I can't tell.
You do the up downs?
Yeah.
This is entertaining for me.
Sometimes I feel like we just do things to punish ourselves, and there's like 8 people watching.
Yeah, I feel like if I could have, I don't think I could have do what you guys are doing, which is like, I couldn't have ran my miles while on live stream. Like, even if I could have like talked while running, I think it would have just made it worse.
Yeah. 8 paying
Like
subscribers.
knowing,
You know what? That's a good point.
knowing people were watching me suffer would have just made it just like, honestly, it probably would have been like some form of embarrassment for me. Of like, I'm not even running at this point. I'm literally just like walking at a brisk pace.
But sometimes you need that, like, that friend in your ear, right? To just push you a little bit further. I don't know if that's Twitch chat. Twitch chat just seems a little bit more insulting.
What did I just come back to?
Jeremy was asking me if this was entertaining for people to watch. And I was saying that, like, I don't think I could have ran with, like, the live audience, like, watching me or, like, commentating as I was trying to, like, get the miles done.
Yeah, there's a layer to that I'm not crazy about, but I'm at my circumference. I can't get any bigger than this. Like, I can't do it anymore. This is it.
So what's the official count?
All right, we have 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box, red fish, blue fish. I'm just gonna pour these nuggets out. This is all I had left. It doesn't seem like much.
Count
It's
'em. Can't see 'em
3,
all. Okay.
6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 18 nuggets. And I know
82.
So 82.
yeah, I know. It's one more than Kobe, right?
Mamba McNuggets.
I am absolutely going to find a way to have AI make that.
All right.
Oh man.
Ryan, I think
What do you think you're going to eat next?
Yeah, what
Like,
is
at
your
all?
next
Like-
meal? And when and what is it? Is it just liquid? Is that the play?
I don't know.
You don't want to think about it.
Oh, man.
Haters will say it's AI.
They'll say it was fake.
I think, Ryan, we figured out the best path for me to accomplish this is 8 more sets of 5.
Yeah. That should be easy. Can you do a set right now?
Easy.
Can you do a set right now?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Rip it out.
All right, sweet. Done.
See? Mind over matter. It's never stomach over mind.
2,
Yeah, no.
When your stomach says it's full, it's full.
3.
Well, because it gets uncomfortable at a point where you're just like, this is clearly unhealthy.
Yeah, like I'm doing harm.
Yeah.
There you go. Little skip. Little skip. We saw a little skip.
I keep forgetting the last jump.
How many more do you have then?
That is, I believe, 65 done.
Okay. So 7 more?
7 more.
7 more of those, huh?
The form is not lasting 5 anymore.
I don't think it has to.
I was gonna say to make up for the 18 nuggets, I'd be willing to do 15 up downs, but after
Not in
eating
your state, absolutely not.
Bro, those nuggets coming up after 5.
I was gonna say, how many do you think I can do?
How many do you think you can do in a normal state?
I don't know. Well, I think like obviously harder than what it used to be.
Sure.
That's for sure.
I'm telling you, the arms are really where I'm feeling it the most. I guess that makes sense.
It looks like it. Honestly,
Yeah.
like when you have to go down for the push-up, it looks like it.
Yeah, the arms wouldn't be as bad for me as the knees would be.
It's fair.
I feel like the
Yeah.
knees take a beating in that.
Yeah, I would offer to do something for you, Jeremy, but I did my stuff in full, so you know.
Oh, 5 miles. The average person only takes 40 to 60 minutes, Miko.
Thank God I'm not average.
Do you guys think that you could eat 82 nuggets?
No.
Hell no.
How many nuggets?
Earlier today, I probably would have felt like I felt like I probably could have.
How many do you think you could have? Do you think you could have got to 50?
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah.
I've never tried
But
like
they
an
gotta stay
endurance
hot.
eating thing.
Yeah, I could
I-
probably do 50.
That I'm telling you, like if I would have not started eating those until the break, I probably would have got through 30 of them. Like once they stop being warm, they're really hard to eat.
Yeah,
Really
and that
hard
would be
to eat.
like, that would make or break whether or not I could probably get to 50. Because like the first 20 to 30 at least have to be warm. But like if I start out the gate and they're cold, I'm probably not getting past 10.
Yeah, if you're eating cold chicken nuggets, you just kind of be like, how did we get here? Like, how did
was
I
my
end up
thought.
eating cold nuggets?
That was my thought when doing the lineman challenge, when I was like eating that last meal and I was eating chicken strips and I'm just like, why do they even make this many? Like, it was literally the thought going through my head.
That's 95, right?
I mean,
Yeah, for sure. You're 5 away.
in
I'll
dog
do your
years,
last
in
5
dog
for you.
count, yes.
I'm gonna go see if off screen I can do one of these.
I just feel like
we're gonna.
I'm at 70,
I feel like
right?
we're gonna hear off screen. Oh no.
Press my life alert pendant.
I really want to try one, but like when I tell you guys, like my calves are, or not my calves, my quads are at a point where if I stretch, I know I'm catching a cramp.
I see him moving. I don't see him anymore.
Did he do one and then just like lay on the ground?
He's just still on the floor. I'll tell you what, the floor feels kind of nice right now because it's a little bit cooler. He's probably sitting down again.
Oh, I can.
The camera is shaking. Oh, he's doing more than one. That or he's like
Yeah.
trying to grasp something to pull himself up.
I did a few of them.
Okay.
I think I could do 10.
And still hold the nuggets down, or like.
No, like I got to 3 and the stomach started to feel a little strange.
Oh man. I would just love for like as much as I don't want you to be like hospitalized, I would love for you to have to go into a doctor and explain to them that you're having like stomach issues, for them to be like, oh, did you get the parasite? And it's like, no, I ate 82 nuggets.
Like, oh,
For a life.
do we need to do the test for you too? It's like,
No, what's wrong?
do you just need to try to honk my nose to see if it is red?
Oh man.
Jeremy, you have what, 30 left?
I have 30 left. Theoretically,
Knockout.
6.
Knock out five more.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Thanks, buddy. I feel like I just want to do 83. Not gonna lie.
My buddy Andy texted me this because this is when we went out to eat one time at Buffalo Wild Wings when they had their boneless all-you-can-eat wings.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, I guess he's watching the stream.
How
But
much
Was
did
that
you eat that?
was that
day?
easier or harder? Than
that was 36 of their boneless wings, and that I could have eaten more food, but like my, I think we talked about it. Like my gums were just like shredded from the breading. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, Dan. Send me a picture. I miss In-N-Out. I don't think I ever got a 3x3. Okay, 5 more. Here we go.
Accountability week.
How's my... I can't even move my neck all the way. I think
That's
that might be something else.
yeah.
All
That
right,
might
here
be
we go.
another problem. One. It's not bad.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Make the last one good. All right. Okay. 25?
Yeah. See.
25. 25, man.
I will say though, like my only critique, I'm gonna need you to stop driving your pelvis so deep into the ground on the way up. This stream is getting a little suspect after
Hey,
a couple of
just
those.
create a clip of this, put it to My Pony, and watch the page
I was
views
gonna say
come in.
this is getting like you and Channing Tatum are starting to have some things in common.
I don't get that reference, but I like it.
Magic Mike, right?
Yep.
Damn
think
right,
I
you don't
could-
see this on 97.1.
I think I can do 10 of them.
Right now?
Yeah.
Don't. I mean, if you really want to, go for it. But I'm not advocating for this.
No, I
one's
think that
asking for this.
there's just something in solidarity. It's helpful when someone's pushing you. Like if you guys were all eating the nuggets too, that would have helped. You know what I mean? Or
I did
Miko,
think- I did
if
think about
somebody
getting
was
nuggets.
if somebody was running with you, like 5
Oh, yeah,
miles
that would've
isn't
helped.
as bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to come over?
No, I just meant virtually. I'll
Oh,
do
no, that's-
up downs.
I need you right here.
Oh,
Don't worry. I know it's like an hour and a half drive for you, but I don't know if I'm going to be done by then.
you could do 5 more right now.
I mean, just imagine the feeling of superiority when you go to training camp and the Lions are doing their up downs, and you're just like, psh, but they're not doing 100 in a night.
Ryan, you're turning it from like motivational coach to bully right now.
Yeah. That's I'm trying to tighten the screw on that, so I'm glad that's coming through.
What do you guys want to talk about? Great. 5 more.
What are you guys having for dinner?
I already ate.
Mika, you already ate?
I'm also the kind of person that, like, there's some people that, like, I exercise, no, I want to eat everything. I'm the opposite.
I exercise and I want to throw up and eat nothing for the next 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
I do not get hungry when I exercise.
I do find that like when I'm exercising though, like I am way more conscious about the stuff I'm eating because I'm like, I did all that work and I'm gonna throw it all away for that.
Miko's the opposite. He works out so he can throw it all away.
Yeah.
Which I
Well,
respect. The
it's not
hell
so I
out
can
of,
throw it
honestly.
away. It's so that like I don't feel bad about it, right?
Right,
Like,
right.
I
Yeah,
ran
yeah.
5 miles. I'm definitely about to smash this maple bacon burger that my wife's about to bring home. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not,
you earned that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Right now, I also ran those 2 miles earlier today to be like, I got to at least put like a little dent in what I'm going to do to myself. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I should probably do 10 up downs right now. I should go walk a few miles. I should walk home. I should leave my car here and I should walk home.
You probably should.
Like it would do my body good.
I'll be surprised though
70 or
on like
75.
how your body responds the next day. Because after I did the offensive lineman challenge, I was so sure. I was like, my body's going to hate me and it's going to rebel against me the next day. And it was fine. Like I digested
normal.
in my sleep. Yeah, I digested in my sleep. I woke up and I was like, oh, I can actually eat stuff.
Yeah, I think I should be okay.
Granted, I ate a bunch of different stuff throughout the day. You ate the exact same thing. So it's just
I didn't really like. I ate a little bit today too. Like I had a beef jerky stick, and I had a couple of eggs this morning. So like I kept it like super light throughout the day, and I had a coffee.
yeah.
But like, and then I just tried to stay hydrated. So like I drank a lot of water today, and I was like, I don't know, maybe that's the way. Like I don't want to like you don't want to starve yourself before you eat because then you'll just like you'll be toast after like 20 nuggets.
Right.
Oh god.
So, do you run off? Well, I guess you just said that you getting back into running. But like, when you do run, do you typically eat before you run?
No, I'll do. I like eating after. So like
Okay, 'cause,
ideally,
like-
if I could run, I would want to run like early, like and if I can run
Yeah.
early, then like I don't feel bad about like jumping right into like eggs and some kind of protein and bread or something like that.
Yeah, because like that was the one thing that like when my mom found out that I ran those 5 miles and I hadn't eaten anything, she was like, "Please eat something next time," and I was just like, I actually felt fine, like energy wise.
Yeah.
Like
But running that
but I
long
think it's
without
also-
any energy, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I think it was because it was the first thing I did in the morning. Like I got up, got myself cleaned up, drunk some water,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was just like, all right, I'm gonna go run. Like I didn't want to have to eat and then wait to like start digesting, and then like then it's just gonna drag it out even longer, and then I
Right.
still have to worry about if I'm gonna like catch a cramp while I'm running.
Yeah, for sure. 20. 2-0.
3.
Barry Sanders. 30?
And then I'm at 83.
Do not even compare these.
My arms are so rubbery right now.
Say, cool, you hit 30 home runs in AA.
How dare you? Are you kidding me?
So what if we got rid of the push-up part and you just had to do like a plank and then up and then jump? Would that make it easier?
I don't know.
Oh, like get all the way back
Maybe.
down to plank and then get up and jump and then back down to plank?
Yeah, instead of like trying to get into like a push-up position, just getting down to like plank and then up, and then
Maybe.
I bet you could crank out 20 of those.
It's not gonna work.
That sounds like more tolerable.
You're still
Could you crank
getting
out 20
pretty far
push-ups?
down on a plank.
But at least you're like on your elbows, right? Like for your plank. So not having to like rely on like your chest as much.
well, I was even saying like a straight arm plank. So even if you don't have to get on your forearms, just like straight arm plank, and then that way you're not doing the push-up part.
I don't know what that is. What's a straight arm plank? You're just like this.
So like starting push-up. Nope. So basically like in a push-up, but instead you would like extend your arms straight. Yep. And then legs back.
Oh, so like you're in like a big you're in like a beginning push-up
Yeah.
position, yeah.
Beginning push-up position, yeah, but you're just not gonna. You're not
But
gonna
then,
go
like,
down.
it's still the effort of going like from this to this
Yeah,
is tough.
Yeah, but shouldn't that be more legs?
Probably.
more
I can't
legs
feel
for sure.
anything, so I don't know.
It's all a fever dream.
That's right. When are we gonna
That's
start the podcast?
That's what are we talking about? Kickers and punters, Jeremy. We're
Great.
ranking the NFC North kickers and punters.
I hate them all. Last, fourth for everybody. Get rid of punting and kicking. I feel like I'm just holding you
Are
two
you guys
hostage at this point.
Nah, there's not
I
food here yet.
yeah, I need to like go walk for sure. Like I'm probably gonna do that until dark. I need to invest in a walking
Yeah.
pad.
I'm not going to be able to play disc golf for months.
You'll bounce back.
Yeah, I went back and forth between like the desire to just lay down and not move a muscle to like between that and like I probably should move at some point in time so that my entire body doesn't lock up.
Yeah. 5 miles is a lot.
I think what's going to carry me through the final 20 is just thinking about the shower.
Yeah, the after workout shower is a
Yeah.
good shower.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not much of a cold shower guy, but it sounds like the greatest thing in the world right now.
That's what I did. Like I got in that, it was like hot for a second, and then I was like, I'm too hot.
Yeah, we gotta turn the knob on this.
You know what I should have done? Is I should have done the entire thing
In
Yeah.
the Buckies.
in the Bucky's tank top,
In the Bucky's tank top and accompanying shorts, right?
bathing suit.
Yeah.
Just know if you do that, it's now yours. I don't want it.
Non-returnable.
Yeah.
Swimwear is
We'll
non-returnable.
do 5 more.
Just do 10 more. You didn't hear me.
I don't think he physically can.
Oh man, I just want to sleep this off. I'll tell you that much. I just want to sleep it off. I'm hoping, Miko, that I have the same experience that you had.
Yeah, there's a part of me. I think you should. Like, I didn't have to eat again. I didn't have to eat as many nuggets, but the amount of food I put in my body, and I even went.
I
to
almost
the
got
gym
through all
when I
5
did
there.
mine, and it was still no bueno.
Jeremy,
Uh-huh.
85?
85.
Not
Home
bad.
stretch.
I cannot wait to sleep. I cannot wait to sleep.
I just want to make sure I can sleep through the night without catching a cramp. Like if I can do that and not like
Pickle
scare
juice,
the
right?
crap out of my wife.
Can I eat pickle juice?
What do you guys think my
Actually,
heart
yes, I
rate
did.
is?
What's that?
What do you think my heart rate is? What's a healthy heart rate?
Elevated, I would say. I would say your heart
Yeah.
rate is elevated.
The first number I saw was 145. Is that okay?
Nope.
We're down to 130. 176. I might be dying if it was at 176.
I was gonna say, at what point does your body just like? Do you have like a smartwatch on or something?
Yeah,
Like an Apple Watch?
I have a Fitbit.
I was gonna say, at what point does your watch just call 911 for you and be like, "Hey, this is not
Hey,
okay."
17K steps today, baby. Not as good as Miko, I'm sure, but
Dude, I didn't even put my watch back on after I was done.
Jeremy, it says a heart rate of 176 beats per minute. if you're exercising as normal.
Oh.
If you're doing
Are you just saying that so I'm not pushing it hard enough?
Says for many adults this sits at their maximum or peak exertion level.
Maximum at age 40 is 180. I don't like that people know how old I am, but I only have myself to blame. Oh, am I boring you, Ryan?
No, dude, I have I ate 80.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
82
about that.
nuggets. Try eating 82 of anything and like just being awake.
I've basically eaten the floor 85 times now. I know you did.
Do another 5.
You did
Do another
3,
5.
and you think it's easy as hell. No one can see him. No one believes you. Move all the desks you want.
Nobody can see it. Except for you guys.
Okay. Jump up. You gotta do the jump up at the end. Oh, we're just doing one? Okay. With your knee, I'll give you props.
Like running 2 miles on my leg, like imagine if you had a dog collar, like a shot collar on your leg, and you were just running past a fence the entire time.
It's rough.
Is that the first time you've gone running?
No, I've done some other
Okay.
running too. Yeah. It's just
Is-
like yeah.
Is it insensitive that I'm just picturing Forrest Gump and as he's like running and breaking through the leg braces?
You know what? It's less offensive than if you were to compare me to Matt Miller.
Oh God, I've
Jeez.
purposely not been following that story because it just seems like it gets uglier and uglier. And like, I don't know Matt Miller personally. I don't know. 10-foot pole with that story.
Yeah. So, what's going on in chat? I can't look at Twitch anymore. I have to be logged into my phone.
Dan says that you're burning so many calories because you're breaking down those nuggets.
Yeah, I hope. I wish.
Oh, I've recently found out that as amazing as Bucky's food is, apparently it's a terrible place to work.
Bucky's?
Yeah.
I thought it looked like they
Like-
paid their employees pretty well.
Yeah, but apparently like they have like some pretty like strict rules.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw a talk of some guy talking about like, so like you're allowed to have your phone on you, but it basically has to be off. Like if they hear your phone vibrate, if they hear it ring, if they hear it vibrate, you're basically fired.
Dang.
That's pretty strict.
Like the guy that was like, I guess the guy that was talking about it still works there, but he's basically like, they basically encourage their employees, or they tell their employees, you basically give your loved ones the phone number to the store or to the gas station, and if there's an emergency, they can call you there.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about school, if I'm being honest. Like,
Low key, yeah.
like it's a distraction. It really is. Like, if there's an emergency, like you can get a hold of the school.
Yeah.
Like, if there is an emergency, you're gonna have to get a hold of the school anyway,
True.
regardless.
In the
right?
type of
Like,
emergency where like, yeah.
like we all made it through high school, and I'm not trying to be like the back in my day thing, but it's like if there was an emergency that happened while I was in school, like I still found out about it like in a timely manner. Like me finding out about something any sooner, like that didn't really change the calculus on things.
Well, the thing that's funny is like the parents, which again, I'm sure me and Kalila are kind of guilty of this, but like the idea of like, oh well, I just want to be able to like reach my kid if something is going on. But if I'm being realistic, I can't think of a single time my mom, like when I did have a cell phone, where my mom was texting me at school about something that important, where she had to text me.
No, and like I totally get the like have phones at school, like even as early as like middle school age, right? Because it's like, like that's when you start to get like an after school schedule, you know, and like you're going to
Sure.
be after school. Okay, well I can't call the school. There's nobody answering the phone at the school, so like I have to be able to get in touch with you. Okay, yeah, for sure, that makes a ton of sense. But like, if there was an emergency, like you'd have to call the school, and then like get your kid out of school. Right? Like if it's that big of an emergency that they like need to be like rushed out of school, well, you're going to talk to them anyways. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Like, it's just like, it's such a distraction. It really is.
Yeah. I think I can probably count on one hand when Lonnie has had to like text me or my wife and been like, hey, I like, where she's had to text us from school because of something, and it's usually like she forgot something.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Yeah,
but like that's been far and few between.
So those things are, it's like, okay, like like that is a convenience, and it makes it easier on all parties involved, right? Because she doesn't have to like take that message to the office, and then the office like then relay it to you, or she doesn't have to go down there and be like, can I use the phone, kind of thing. It like cuts out one extra step, right? So like I mean, that's not a huge issue, but like if that's something like that can happen, like what, in passing hours, or you know what I mean? It doesn't have to happen like in class, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't even know if Lonnie has her. I think that's when she has typically done it, is like in between classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, like kids having their phones in school, like especially now, like you're either on Snapchat, TikTok, or texting.
Right.
Like you're not. Whereas again, yes, back in our day, social media wasn't as booming or even accessible via phones. So the worst thing you had to worry about was us texting somebody.
Yeah.
And that was if you could text, if you could even afford to text with your phone.
It's true. If you had text messages left, because I only had like 250 a month or whatever. Look at Jeremy go. Oh, maybe not look at Jeremy go. Spoke too soon. Boulder Detroit Lion has a good point though, Miko. They say if the person wearing the beaver costume would have had their phone go off, it would wreck the immersion.
That is a good point.
Beavers don't carry phones, so
yeah. I will say one thing about Buc-ee's that I wish that they would kind of like, I feel like this is probably a company policy that I think they could probably like relax on a little bit. So whenever there's like fresh brisket available, they yell it out across the store.
Yeah.
Where they're like fresh brisket on the board, and everybody has to reply. Like everybody that's working has to say it back. If anybody from Buc-ee's corporate is watching this, you don't got to do that at 2 a.m. Like there should be a time when like nobody has to do that.
You just get in it, like it's like you're driving through the middle of the night. You just need like an energy drink or something. You go in and grab it, and then you just hear somebody scream that, and it's like, oh my god.
Hey, but if you let them get away with it at 2, then they're gonna start asking for 3. Then they're gonna start asking for 4.
Spoken like a true boss. What a sticktator.
It was just one of those things where like it was basically that, right? Like we had stopped, bathroom break, grab like an energy drink or something. There's barely anybody in there.
Yeah.
And it's just like the dude yelled it out, and I was like, "You poor soul." Like I wanted to go up there and be like, "Hey, bro, you don't gotta say that."
You can take that back if you want.
Yeah, like most of us are in the checkout line or in the bathroom. Like,
Jeremy, what are you at? 10 or 15?
I'm at 5 more, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
let's go.
okay. Nice
I
job.
I started to adhere to the no push-ups anymore. Just the plank position with those last 5.
Oh, yeah. I remember cell phones about the calling people like after 9. Like the 9 or
That-
later minutes were free.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
We were telling my kids
rollovers.
about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
rollover
rollover
minutes
minutes. Yeah.
Monty,
Rollover
what games were you playing on your TI-83?
Wasn't it just like Snake? Like, wasn't it like the
Oh,
only
dude, there
thing
was
that
there
you
was
could-
way more than just like Snake was obviously one of them, but there was some sort of like almost RPG
Drug
game.
Wars?
Drug Wars, yes. I was gonna say Drug Wars. It's like an RPG game where you're just like trading commodities and trying to get rich and build an arsenal of weapons. Like there's no actual, I don't think there's any actual like fighting involved. It's just you're trying to deal and make a ton of money and buy weapons. Drug Wars.
Ridiculous.
That
Yo, while we were in Florida, we were like I don't know why we were doing this. We were telling our kids about like all the cell phones that me and my wife had as kids because they both have like newer iPhones, and we were like, yeah, like, oh, we were explaining like how millennials are at this weird point in life where like we remember life at a point when technology wasn't so advanced, but then like got to experience things as they've been like coming out.
yeah.
So we got to be like the guinea pigs of a lot of things. And we were like walking them through like the advancements of cell phones that we had, of going from like the brick to the flip phone.
Did you have the Sidekick? I always wanted the Sidekick, but never got it.
I didn't get the Sidekick either. I really wanted one. But yeah, the Sidekick, there was that weird time when like people thought having a BlackBerry was like the coolest thing that you could
Right.
possibly
Oh,
own.
dude. I had the BlackBerry that slid up.
Oh,
Oh, I had that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
never
I had that.
BlackBerry.
I had that one that slid up, but my girlfriend had the Sidekick, and I definitely like that. Like definitely earned like cool points. Like I saw that she had
Yeah.
that, and I was like, oh, that's pretty sweet. Like not a lot of people have that.
My
You
favorite
guys
is
remember
like
chirp phones?
Chirp? Oh, is that the
Like
one
the
that
phones
like
that like
had a walkie-talkie in it?
The Nextels.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted my family to get those so bad, and my mom's just like, you don't need to walkie-talkie me for anything. Like you can come find me. I'm like, no, but like they're cool because like they get to use them all over there. And she's like, no, not worth it.
And they were like unlimited. Like that was the unlimited
Yeah.
aspect of the phone. You didn't have to worry about minutes. You could chirp whenever.
Yeah, right.
My favorite era of technology was like the very small time before we made the move from CD player to MP3 player. Like there was a race to get to what eventually became the iPod and then iPhone and all that.
Did
And
you have a Zune?
I didn't have a Zune. I had a mini disc player,
Oh my
which
gosh.
lasted maybe 6 months of coolness.
I don't remember what those are. I have to look that up.
They were smaller, like little CDs, but they came in a square casing. It's a little bit smaller than a
Yeah.
floppy disk. And then like you had MP3 players that would like hold 13 songs.
Yeah, dude. I had the
Yeah. The transition
yeah.
from CD players to MP3 players probably also had a direct impact on like the changes in fashion. Because once you no longer needed like super baggy pants to put a CD player in your pocket,
Yeah. It's a very good point. I did not need my jean co's anymore. Yeah, I remember I feel like my first big birthday gift was a iPod video 30 gigabyte. And
It's a big one.
that is a big one. Like
Yeah.
30 gigabytes was like I was like, dude,
massive
you
at
can
the time.
put like I was like, I don't even know that many songs. But then you realize, like, once you put like a video or two on there, you're like, wow, I don't have a lot of space for anything else.
True.
That was when U2 was like leading their ad campaign.
Yeah.
Did you guys
All
ever
right.
have a shuffle?
I did. Yep.
No.
Did you have the one that looked like a pregnancy test kit?
No, I think I had like the really just like tiny one.
Oh, the Nano, like the
Yeah.
yeah. The shuffle one was the one that was like white and like you could pull off the cap and it had the USB that you would just like because it had no display
Yeah.
screen on it. So you didn't know like what was coming up unless you memorized the order of songs.
Oh man.
It's like regressing technology to cassette tape.
We need to work backwards. I saw that like iPods are like super popular on eBay.
Are they really?
Yeah, like people just trying to have something that they like don't. It doesn't have to be their phone to play music.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right,
It's funny,
Jeremy.
I
All right, I'm knocking these out.
I saw a guy on TikTok like kind
we
of
can all
going on
go
a mini
home.
rant about why do people have
Real
cell
ones.
phones? Why do people have cell phones and then like keep them on like silent or vibrate and never answer them? They're like, "What do you have a cell phone for?" And I was like, and I realized I was like, "Wow, talking on my phone is probably one of the last things I actually use my cell phone for now these days."
Oh yeah. I looked into like the dumb phones a little bit. I was intrigued by them. They're kind of expensive though, some of them.
Yeah.
All right. 100-ish up downs.
100-ish? Because of quality, I'm assuming.
Oh man. All right, chat. Give him a round of applause. Give him his credit where credit's due. I'm telling chat to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm definitely gonna add
Okay,
timestamps.
yeah.
I don't need your validation at this point.
I'm definitely going to add timestamps to this because I know people on YouTube are going to see this and be like, "Why the hell would I watch a 3-hour live stream?" And it's like, it's a good portion of it is shenanigans.
There we go. Not even sweating.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Oops. Theme song for no reason. Well,
All right.
got nothing else to
I'm
say.
gonna go eat.
That's all I got.
I'm gonna go eat some food. Ryan's gonna try and keep food down. Jeremy's gonna go take a shower, and
Sure am.
we'll see you guys in the next live stream.
Yeah, whenever that is. Probably on Monday, but who knows? Could be anytime.
Oh, you mean next Monday, right?
Not tomorrow.
Okay. Unless Jameer Gibbs signs a contract extension, then we will have to.
True.
What do you
All
know? What do you know?
What do you know? Share it in the Slack.
I know that I'm tired of waiting for him to sign something. Give him a contract so we can get this part of this.
All right, y'all. If you, are we gonna do? Do we have a first bite confirmed yet, Ryan?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so PODD subscribers will still get two more podcasts this week. The mailbag exclusive for Pride Detroit Direct subscribers, and then a first bite with Packers guest
Dusty.
Dusty Evilly.
Wednesday, 9 p.m. So what will they get that on Thursday?
They should get that on Thursday. Yeah. Great.
Cool.
All right, guys.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for everyone who hung with us through whatever that last hour was.
I don't know what
And
that was.
we'll see you next week live.